welcome everybody to episode number 34 of the Third Son Gaming Podcast. I am your host Tyler, joined as always by our three co-hosts. Let's start with Mike. Mike, how are you today?
I'm not too shabby, dude. I got kind of an interesting text in the middle of the day today. My friend Samantha, she's a kindergarten teacher out there in Oregon, and all of a sudden I look at my phone. She's like, "Oh my God, one of the kids just started eating their own poop," and I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Well," and she's like, "It's so gross. I had to stop him and this and that and the other, and send him to the office and stuff." And I'm like, "Well, you got to ask the important questions here, kid." I said, we got to ask him what it tastes like." So apparently it was nap time. So then she went and woke him up and asked him. And like 10 minutes later, all of a sudden I get a text that says he said it was yucky. I'm like, well, I guess that's what we're gonna have to deal with for an answer for some of us that are not that adventurous. So boys and girls, you wanted to know what it tastes like? It's yucky.
All right, so
There you
question
go.
answered. Also joining us is Graham. Graham, how are you?
I'm doing good, and I also gonna say that I've jumped on the PlayStation 4 wagon.
All
Cool,
right.
cool.
There was a good deal came my way, and it helped out a friend, so I jumped on it now. So now I got the other games to buy, another system to
You're,
buy games for.
you're now a proud owner, and
How'd you help
did.
out a friend?
Yeah, you did get a great deal.
He took
I did
advantage
get a
of
deal.
his.
I did not take advantage. I did. He made
It
the
was
offer.
offered to you. Yep.
Yes.
Oh, so you bought this from a friend, not
Yeah.
a retail establishment.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
that's a hell
No.
of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be yeah.
yeah.
No, it was a good deal for sure. So now, like I said, now people can't bash on me, say, "Oh, I'm anti PlayStation" because all I play is Xbox and talk
Mhm.
about Xbox. So now the hate is on both sides.
You're not anti PlayStation. Mike is anti PlayStation
I am
and
not.
anti Nintendo.
I am not. I am
You
not.
can't.
I
You
have.
Anti-Zelda.
I
can't even
have been
say
wrong.
I.
I've been wrongly accused.
I am critical of Nintendo, but you can't even say I'm anti-Nintendo because I pre-ordered Switch day one.
And I
That's
didn't. So
So I have
I,
tables have
high
turned, man.
hopes. I'm
It's
hopeful that the system is good. And Graham, I think you'll love the PlayStation 4.
Add me on PlayStation, Graham.
There's some
We'll play some good games.
yeah, there's some really good stuff on there. You can add me as well, and there's good stuff. And I sent you a link to an article about the show. There's a lot of good stuff coming this year. So
yeah,
that'll be
and now like if exclusives comes out for PlayStation, well now I don't have to worry about am I going to buy a PlayStation to buy this game? So now I
yeah.
just need to buy the game.
So now
But
when yeah,
I'll
go ahead.
say that it came with The Last of Us remastered. And
Yes.
holy moly, does that look good on my 65-inch 4K
Yeah,
TV. Like,
yeah,
I was just taken away. I'm like, you can really tell the difference from a PlayStation to Xbox. I don't know if it's just that game or the systems, but it just looks
It's just the
amazing.
way it's rendered, and they
yeah.
have a fantastic engine.
Yeah,
Part of it's the game too, because that was developed only for the PlayStation 4.
Mhm.
So it's going to take full advantage.
yes.
And yeah,
And like, I don't know if people are familiar, but when you start it, like, you're just like moseying around the room, just getting used to controls. And there's a
Yep.
mirror there, so I just walked up to the mirror and I'm just like looking in it and looking at the reflection and stuff, and it just looks amazing.
So I forgot? Does the remastered version come with the DLC where you play
Um,
as
yeah,
just
I
Ellie?
think so.
I would say
So
I don't
No,
know if it comes with it, but I have it with it.
So
So
yes, you definitely need to make sure that you play that afterwards because that it's just an additional fantastic story that you can play with it.
yeah,
Make sure you do
so
that.
I think the timing's great too because like Last of Us 2 is coming out eventually, so
yep.
I'll get on
2020.
that.
Plus you got Horizon coming out next month.
Yes,
So yeah, I know that's a game you were excited about. So that'll be cool.
yeah, for sure. So my world has gotten a little bigger now in
And
the gaming world.
yeah, now that I have a couple people to play with on PlayStation, I might actually buy a game or two on PlayStation once in a while. Like even a
NHL
multiplayer.
17.
No,
Let's
not at all.
no, let's do it for sure.
Yeah.
It's not NHL 17.
All right. Also joining us is Eugene. How are you today?
Hello, guys. I'm
That doesn't
exhausted.
answer the question, Eugene.
Yeah.
What
It's
was
like
the
saying
question? Was there a
yes.
question?
Yes. It was. How are you today?
I'm doing great. I just said I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
No, you said
Well,
hello,
that
guys.
No,
was
that was
before we started.
before.
It.
I
That's
said
not
how's
on
it
the
going,
record.
guys? I'm exhausted.
Well, he's
You said
obviously exhausted. He can't remember what he said before
I
we started
know.
recording.
You
So-
said hello, guys.
So-
I'm not even drunk yet.
God.
Like I haven't
Alright,
even taken a drink yet.
hello,
I got
guys.
this. Let me get drunk real quick.
All right. So yes, Graham. I think you'll like the PS4. It's definitely the more powerful console for now, and
For
we'll get
now.
into that later.
You're right.
And before we get into the news real fast,
Yeah.
I am not anti PS4. I do not need our website taken down again.
Yeah.
I am
Please,
not.
please don't tear our website down again.
I am not anti
I am.
Nintendo.
You have at least one pro PlayStation guy on here.
Yeah.
I
I'm,
love the
I'm,
old Nintendo games.
hey, I'm pro PlayStation. I want it to be awesome. I want it to be so awesome that I feel compelled to buy a ton of games for them.
And the only reason why I don't have a PS4 is I'm a lot like the consoles like I am with the first person shooters. I can only play one at a time. If I want to get my gamer score up, I'm just going to do it on the same one.
Yeah.
Besides the fact, there's only 3 games out there that I would ever get a PS4 for, and it just doesn't seem viable for me. So,
Yeah. All right.
to each their own. They can like whatever system they want.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what plastic box you play on, as long as you have fun doing it.
Yeah, but fuck PS4.
Exactly.
And down goes the website. All right.
Yep.
All right. So, if you want to join the conversation, please join our Facebook group. Go on there and look up the Third Sun Gaming podcast forums. Or you can follow us on Twitter at Third Sun Gaming, all one word, THRDSUN Gaming. And you can send us an email, mail@thirdsungaming.com. Please go on to any of those and send in questions for the show. We'll be happy to answer them during our discussion segment. We always love answering listener questions. So with that, let's head into the...
We're also on Twitter. Don't forget Twitter.
Well, I did say Twitter, but thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
God,
We're just all horrible
Maybe
today.
I'm tired too, all right?
God, it's like you guys are live from the old folks' home today.
I know. Good God.
Back to
Christ.
back.
Is everybody okay now?
Okay, I think so.
I'm good, man. I'm with you.
I'm going to take another shot.
Yeah, please.
Do something.
Graham, take another shot or hit or
Take one
something.
for me too.
We got a new nickname for...
Drink a swig of maple syrup.
Yeah, please.
We got a new nickname for our Canadian friend, but I cannot say it
No.
here at all, ever.
All right.
It's racist.
So,
I'm going to get Donald Trump to build a wall.
Yeah. Don't worry,
And I'll
we're
pay
working
for
on
I
it.
would get in so much
you
trouble.
know, I don't think Donald Trump's going to build the wall between the U.S. and Canada. I think Canada's going to build the wall between the U.S.
Yeah.
and Canada. But
think
I
you're
do
right.
not blame them.
I don't either. But anyway, let's head into news. Let's start off. It's a kind of a Microsoft heavy week this week. Microsoft's removing Snap Mode in the next update. Graham, I know you use Snap Mode a lot. What are your
I
thoughts?
use it a lot. You're right.
Nobody cares.
And my thoughts is, why are they doing this? Is it because not enough people are using it? Like, you know what they say, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. So it's not really broken, so I don't understand. You're just gonna upset some people, like me, for example, because I know like it appears in a small, tiny box, depending on size of your TV, right? I guess you can see it better. But it's great for listening to sports or like certain apps you can play on side. Even the Game 3s, like I used to play that on the side when you guys are on your smoke
like
break
Third Sun
and I'm waiting
Gaming
for you to come back.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
I
you
want
listen to
to hear
podcasts,
myself. But yeah, so I don't understand why they're doing this.
I mean,
can
I
answer this for you,
stopped
Graham.
using it the second Netflix and Hulu was not compatible with anymore.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I used it for, so I could play games and watch Hulu or Netflix on the side. I even think maybe even Vudu worked on it in Snap mode. But ever since that, I know I stopped using it. I know a lot of people on a bunch of forums I'm on online stopped using it. So that's a good possibility that not enough people used it. Not enough.
Yeah.
People
I
used
was
this
just
feature.
gonna say the same thing. I think it's just like with games. So when you look at, you know, any sports titles are notorious for this. They'll look at user adoption of different modes in the game, and if it doesn't have a huge adoption, they'll eliminate that mode because it's not worth putting the time and effort in to maintain it and update it if nobody's going to use it.
Gears did the same thing with Horde
Yep.
mode back in the day.
Yep.
That not enough people used Horde, but people loved Horde.
Mm-hmm.
But is it that
Here's the
big
deal.
of a consumption of resources that they need to get rid of it? Because
Here's the
they
deal.
can't.
There's a reason why they're getting rid of it. The reason why they're getting rid of it is, one, not a lot of people used it, especially after Netflix and Hulu, didn't support it anymore. The second thing is that they're rolling out the new update right now. A lot of people already have it in the preview program. I do not. I don't know about you, Tyler, but
I don't yet.
I didn't get hit with it yet. But what they are doing is in the next update, they're bringing in picture-in-picture, which replaces that.
Oh, see, that's
I don't
kind
know-
of
forgot about that.
I don't know if the size of the box is going to be adjustable, or what, but that's going to replace the snap.
So, I
okay.
like that
Well,
better.
I'm on board now. Then, yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm not upset.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay now.
I'm sure they cared. Phil Spencer will sleep tonight now, but the The reality is, I mean, how many people actually hook their cable service up to it? I mean, the cable service we have here isn't even compatible with it,
Mm-mm.
My cable
so can't
service
use it.
is hooked up to it.
Yeah,
I don't know anybody that uses any of the DVR features or anything through
yeah,
the
Yeah,
Xbox. I
but
mean, satellite companies have the box, cable companies have the box that they give you now that does all that. So
mhm.
why do it through your Xbox?
Well,
Yeah, I don't
well,
use it for
before I moved
DVR.
here, I had it hooked up through it, and it worked fine. It was it was nice, and it was easy to just switch back and forth between the two.
also if
But
you
yeah, go ahead,
also,
Mike.
also if you live in a major city and you have a lot of digital channels, you can program it to record the digital channels at whatever time. So,
Yep.
I mean, I think a TiVo. I mean, not like one that's been has the software for certain cable companies stuff like that, but like TiVo that you buy online or whatever. I think
Mhm,
that they may be able to record digital TV, but I know that the DVR feature on the Xbox could with the stick that they have.
mhm.
So that was probably one of the biggest benefits, because a lot of people are cord cutting and stuff like that.
Yeah, but the picture-in-picture thing you said, Mike, makes perfect sense because they've
Yep.
made no mention of taking the TV function away.
Right. Right. And
Mhm.
I
So
have
I think this will just replace it.
a
Yeah, I
funny
didn't even think
feeling
of
that
that.
you know how long we were waiting for being able to have background music and now Pandora works and stuff
Yep.
like that.
Mhm.
I have a funny feeling them implementing this will make it so you can use Groove. You probably see Spotify on there after
Mhm.
Tune in.
everything comes out, stuff like that, and you can just put that in the picture in picture and it's going to play. So
Absolutely. Yeah, and by the way, you can also listen to podcasts. So
Yes,
and
and
the
I have one
Fritz on
to
Gaming
recommend.
podcast is a good way to start because we would love to be on Spotify at some point.
yeah,
This is true.
So
you have to qualify to be on
you
Spotify.
have to qualify to be on Spotify. So please help us, community, and tell your friends, listen to the show so we can get on Spotify. We do see the numbers increasing though, so that's good news. You're doing a good job, everybody. We just need to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So next up, staying with Microsoft, and to the point I made to Graham before, a leaked document has provided more insight on Xbox Scorpio specs. So we haven't heard much about Scorpio since fall of last year when Phil Spencer commented on it being a premium experience at maybe not a premium price. And we'll see price probably at E3 this year, but the 6 teraflops are confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
Done deal.
Hmm.
And that makes the box 4.5 times as powerful as the 2013 release version of the Xbox One.
Yep. I heard you need a gallon of gas and a pull starter to get it going.
Hey, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And
So the most interesting thing to me is on their actual website.
mhm,
I've heard that they've updated some of the features, and one of them being the fidelity in the with VR. They've taken
yeah,
that off. So I have a
hmm,
theory in regards to that they're going to announce the Scorpio, the final name, and that is going to be a next gen console at E3.
yep, I agree. And
Yep.
this they're gonna E3 is gonna surround the Scorpio for Microsoft. It's gonna be all about Scorpio, and then they'll talk about a couple games. I still have this pipe dream that we're gonna see Halo 6 for as a Scorpio launch title. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it would be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice,
But
but I don't think there's enough development time, my friend.
no, it's a 3-year cycle for Halo,
Yeah.
and this is only year 2.
And they're going to want to knock it out of the park and then out of
Yep,
the city and stuff like that. So
yep. So I think we'll see Crackdown as a release title,
I can
Uh,
see that.
um,
uh,
I can see that.
which
What
doesn't
about
excite me a whole lot.
what about a
no.
But
No.
Forza game? Are we?
Yeah,
oh yeah, it's
definitely.
yeah, we'll get Forza 7 this year, and that'll be September. And that brings up a question I want to ask you guys later. But let's get the other Scorpio
Just
piece out
ask
of the
me now,
way.
baby.
So, well, I'll ask you in a second. So we'll get the other Scorpio piece out of the way, and then we'll talk about it a little more. So Thomas Mailer, creator of Ori and the Blind Forest, a fantastic game, by the way, if you haven't played it.
Yes. Yep.
And it's a beautiful game.
Smooth as silk.
Yeah,
Hard as shit.
it's really hard, but
Yeah.
it's so good.
Haven't played it.
Grammy up played it. It's like
What's
weird.
surprise?
Um, he spoke about the Xbox Scorpio this week and quote, "The Scorpio isn't just a half-assed upgrade, hint hint PS4 semi-pro, but a full-blown next-gen machine that's backwards compatible to your current library."
Yep.
So this is a departure from what we've heard before. Because what we've heard before is that this is not a next-gen system. This is just the next kind of iteration, and they're going to have different
Yeah.
price point models for what type of performance you want. This is the first time we've heard full next gen system.
I think they're taking big swings at Sony and
Oh yeah.
they're gonna take the lead this year, and they're gonna
Yep.
announce it as the next gen console. And I believe that's why there's all these spec updates. I think that's why they're
Mhm.
changing the website. They're going back to what they said, and I fully believe that it is going to launch with a VR headset
I agree.
Yeah,
And
or
I
and
agree.
or full VR capability
yep.
of some
So
sort.
that leads me to, let's say they partner, because they have an established partnership with Oculus.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's say this launches with Oculus in the box. What's your guess on price point?
$500 to $600.
Really?
Yep,
With
I think it's
Oculus?
five hundred
No,
dollars with no
way
headset.
more.
Five
Okay.
Way
hundred
more.
dollars with
So
no headset.
with Oculus in the box.
$600.
No,
Wow.
I gotta say, man, I can't go that low. I gotta say like 749, 799. I can't.
Yeah,
No, so
that's where I was at 799.
not the current Oculus. It'll be an Oculus that's tailored for the system.
Okay.
A
Okay,
cheapened
so that's
version, a
not
cheapened headset.
okay.
I
Yes.
still think
So
it'd be 699.
I think 699 is fair, maybe even 649.
I'd
But
buy it for 699 because the most VR headsets themselves are $300 or more.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
but
PSVR is about 300, right? For
Microsoft has
four.
also been known to take a loss on their consoles to get
Yeah.
to generate revenue
Yeah.
and generate.
Which brings, which sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, they're known to do this, and I think this would be a huge step for them to get ahead of the game. They're already behind with the Xbox One in regards to console sales. I think they're 20 million consoles short compared to the
Yeah, they
PS4.
are.
So I think they're gonna use this opportunity to take a huge swing at Sony. I don't think Sony will be ready. They will not be ready. They may make an announcement, but they will not have another console ready this year, like with the Scorpio.
Okay,
See,
so yeah,
see,
go Mike. You were talking first.
yeah. I'm gonna try to use a little restraint on the Scorpio. I want to try to wait a couple of months because if you look at the 1S right now, it's running at 220 for the 500 terabyte Battlefield 1 all
Mhm.
day every day, right?
Mhm.
I'm sorry, the 500 megabyte. The 2 terabyte is 369. Now you can go get a really nice Western Digital external 4 terabyte right now for $105.
Yep.
So why would you spend the extra for the extra 1.5 terabytes? But all I'm saying is these consoles and these games are going down in price so fast now. It doesn't teeter off like it used to. That I have a funny feeling that 3 4 months after it's out, it's going to be down like at least $100 at least.
I don't know about this one. I see what you're saying, and I'm with you. I don't know about this one because this is going to be the premium model that's on the market. Period. And what I see getting slashed this holiday is the semi pro.
Yeah, yeah.
I see that coming down to about $300
Mm-hmm.
to combat the Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
And I see as long as Scorpio's selling, they're not going to reduce the price.
Mm-hmm.
It's when they hit that plateau that they'll start to tinker with the price a little bit.
So
And that's probably not going to
how
be
much
for
is the
6 months.
PS4 Pro going
It's
for
four hundred
right now?
dollars.
400 399.
What?
Yep.
I thought it went down, but
Wow.
okay. So 399.
Yep.
I think we will see a price drop this holiday. I think the slim version will come off the market. They'll take it off the market. This will be its last holiday season, and they'll
Mm-hmm.
take it off the market, and then the PS4 Pro will be the standard.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pro or nothing.
And I think they'll take the Pro to $299.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean
think they have a choice.
that's going to be their only answer to the Scorpio.
So here's question number one. So even if Sony has something in development now, which they might, and even if they announce something at E3, they can't take a loss on it. So can they match price?
No.
See, I agree. I
Like
don't think they can. I think it'll be a
compared to
$600 console.
So you think it's gonna be as premium as the Scorpio?
I'm saying if they
Whatever
make it as
everyone else?
premium as Scorpio, there's no way they can get it out for the price that Microsoft can.
Yeah.
No, that would be lower for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
But
No,
now,
Microsoft will be lower. Yeah.
Yeah.
but now, are they gonna go with other VR headsets, or they're just gonna be with the
No, they're
PSVR?
gonna. They have proprietary stuff with that PSVR. They're gonna
I
they're all in on that.
Yeah.
I actually think this is my personal belief that
Mhm.
just between the launch and everything, and there's a huge demand for PSVR right now.
There is.
And they've got to get the headset out. They've got to make it available. Right now, you cannot buy one. and
Yeah.
I'm about to get my tax refund, and I would love to buy one right now,
Mhm.
but you can't even find them right now.
No,
Oh,
So
really?
and Resident Evil 7 helped that
oh yeah,
because the Resident Evil 7, while it got, decent reviews, not bad, but decent.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It,
But
it, it was in the dreaded sevens on IGN, which means it's okay. But
on
the VR
Metacritic,
portion,
it got better. Yeah,
yeah, but the VR portion people are raving about.
right.
So,
I cannot find a PSVR headset. The launch bundle that came with like the two little ones
mhm,
and the PS Worlds game, like I was looking on Amazon and it's upwards of $800 to get it on
mhm,
Amazon, which is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
yeah. So here's my other
Okay,
question. Here's the question I had in mind. Sorry, Graham, but
that's okay.
more Graham for you and Mike. Um, say this fall, Forza 7 is going to come out in September. Destiny 2 is going to come out probably in September. Madden's going to come out in August. Is it worth buying those games when they come out if there's going to be an upgraded iteration for Scorpio in November?
But see, I don't know how the upgraded version is going to be, if it's going to be like
Right.
an add-on or it's going to be like
Uh-huh.
like a specific disc for it.
So what was clear was that he said everything's going to be backwards compatible. So if you buy something for the standard Xbox One or the One S,
Yeah.
it will work on the Scorpio.
Yeah. So let's say, for
What he
example,
didn't say,
NHL 18.
yeah, what he didn't say though, he never said Scorpio is not going to have stuff that's for it that might not work on the older version.
Yeah, but does that mean there's a disc required for that, or does the system itself like bump it up because it knows what the disc is and is like kind of
No,
informed of downloaded content?
I bet you there'll be some kind of patch, kind of like with the
Oh.
HDR patches with the PS4 Pro for The Last of Us and other games. There'll be
Mhm.
some sort of patch for it that gives it upgraded textures and other
Yeah,
things. I
I
so
think
hope
that's
by
the way
so.
it'll work
patch
out.
you mean it's separate than the disc, so you
Yeah.
don't need to
Right. It'll
buy
be
a
download
disc
something you have to
for the
download, an update you
Scorpio
have to
disc or
download.
whatever. Yeah, yeah,
And
that's what I figure too.
and I
Yeah,
hope so. And that's an answer we'll get at E3. And that's why I'm really looking forward to E3 this year. We're
yeah,
kind of heading towards it now, so it's almost time to start talking about it. But
getting a lot closer for sure.
yeah, but
But the thing I want to say now
yeah, go for it.
is, okay, what about, like, I don't have an Oculus Rift yet, but I might get one before the Scorpio comes out.
Mhm.
So how much do you think the system will be without the VR package, like
I
standalone?
I've said this, and I'm going to stand by it. I think they're going to sell it for $399.
I was thinking three. Not. I think I agreed with you at that one point in
399.
Mm-hmm.
time, but I'm thinking with the way that they're pushing it now and the way things are trending, I think it's going to be closer to 500.
I would pay 500 for it.
But they're going to add things to it that's going to make it worth
Mm-hmm.
it. But
Yeah,
with the
so, but
information that we have now, 399. But if it comes with full VR support, and just imagine, if you have an Oculus already, you can use it. If not, we have this Microsoft Oculus Xbox VR headset that you can
Mm-hmm.
buy for like 199. How huge would that be?
That's
yeah.
huge. It's yeah. I
So that's what
just
I'm saying. Like for it coming with like the premium Oculus Rift with this console, there's a big
mm-hmm.
price difference between what you guys are saying between
Mm-hmm.
console alone and with the VR.
Mm-hmm.
So the VR would have be
And I'm
substantially
and I'm going
less like
and
powerful than the Oculus Rift
right
itself.
and Graham, I'm going on the assumption that the Oculus will be paired with the Xbox, and the Oculus is what about $600-700,
Yeah,
right?
and that's without the controllers and
Right.
stuff, right? So if you're
So
packaging that in, you're
mhm.
pushing over 1,200
so that's why I
probably
said in
Canadian.
box, if you bundle it all, I think they'll sell it for $799. That includes the headset and the controllers and
You can get an
everything.
Oculus Rift right now for 599 new.
Yeah.
Yes, so I don't think I think they'll in a dream world they'll make the existing Oculus compatible, and then they'll have some kind of dumbed down, maybe lesser fidelity, something,
Mm-hmm.
a dumbed down
Yeah.
version, a newer version,
Mm-hmm.
different version of the Oculus,
Yeah, but
not the Rift, something
yeah.
different.
What
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna take a loss on it, you need to go for it because you're fighting for market share at this point.
But you're
And
going to take the loss on the console, not the VR headset,
exactly.
right?
So you need if you're gonna sell that console without the bundle, which was your question, I would
Yeah.
do it for $399
hmm
because
That's fair.
it's still gonna be the most expensive console on the market because the PS4 Pro and hey they've been and that's another thing I wanted to comment on is that I'm really I'm not proud but I'm happy to see Microsoft take this different approach because for 2 or 3 years it was like they would just curl up in a ball and be like, "Please don't hurt me," when Sony would take swings at them, and now they're actually taking some swings. And
Here. Sorry, finish up.
yeah, and I think if you come out, the ultimate swing at Sony is to say, "We're going to build this thing that beats the shit out of yours, and we're going to sell it for the same price point you did."
So
So
here's the way
yeah,
I look at it. They they can win. They can gain market share in one holiday season. All it takes is them making the right announcements, making the right decisions when E3 comes around this year. They can win the holiday season. People will forget about the PS4. It'll become non-existent
yep.
because the Scorpio's out. They've got all these new features. It's the feature of gaming. The future of gaming. I'm gonna buy this holiday season, and no one's gonna buy PS4 anymore.
And
And
you can also
they
say
can
you can
sell
forget
20
it.
million units through a 6 month period, through 2 quarters.
Mhm.
They can catch up on that market share, and then they're going to make up their money in software sales. That's where they're going to
Yes,
make up. That's where they're going to
and
make their profit.
accessories.
And accessories. That's where
Yeah.
they're going to make up for it. They're
Yep.
not going to make up for it in the console. They're going to lose money on the console, and then all it'll take is 1 or 2 games, attachment games, to make up for the profit.
But what matters to them is that when people think gaming, they think Xbox. That's what matters to them
Yes.
because they make their money. Microsoft makes their money off of like Windows and all that crap, and Office and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So this is more about like brand with the public. And I think that they're willing to take a loss on it to establish that and gain market share here. And I'm interested to see what's going to come out of it. I really am. So my last question on this before we move on for everybody is, and Mike, I want to hear from you on this because you haven't said a whole lot. But the I think to really drive this home, and Eugene, I think you're right. E3 is going to be the thing. Like we're going to see it, we're going to hear it, and I think they can win right there.
PlayStation's
But
not going to be ready. There's
yeah,
no way Sony can
but
be ready.
they need a killer app to put with this system at launch.
Mm.
What will do it? I have something in my mind, but I want to hear what you guys think.
Fallout 4 VR.
Shut the fuck up.
We will see that, but I don't
Fallout
think
4
that's
VR.
I don't think that's the killer app.
Let
No,
me think
I
about that for a minute.
So I'll tell you mine, and it's not an exclusive deal, but I think you show some kick-ass stuff because they already have a partnership with EA. So show some kick-ass stuff with Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were going to say NHL
Makes sense.
18.
No,
I was gonna say Star Wars, but I wasn't gonna say Battlefront. I was thinking like a different Star Wars or like a
none of those games are
just
going to be ready yet.
yeah.
So
But
Battlefront
but
2.
I mean one that's like aimed just at VR.
yeah,
I would be extremely excited if it was like an X-wing versus Tie Fighter or like a Jedi Academy type thing.
Yeah,
what if they have?
flying would be ideal, like a Rogue Squadron,
Yep.
for VR.
What if they have an
Huh?
amazing VR thing that is that's maybe not exclusive to Xbox, but it's going to be far superior there.
Well,
And yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Oh
go
yeah,
ahead.
okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say Forza would be a really good VR one too,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because you're
but
just
that's
staying in one spot, right? And you're
Mm-hmm.
like looking around and stuff like that. That would be a good VR experience.
I think it's really tough to say what the one game has to be. I think it has to be. I would say something like Halo, but it has to be a definitive Halo, definitive Halo experience. Bring it back. Get the new stylized online gameplay out of there that they have. Bring it back to the old fashioned Halo. Bring in a new storyline. Bring back John, Master Chief. Bring him
Mm-hmm.
back and just redefine Halo and VR. Have a Halo Master Chief edition with a special Master Chief headset.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that might be it, but I mean, they're gonna have to say something with the price, and
Yeah, I was gonna say
they're gonna have a feature that is definitive. And I was gonna say earlier, imagine if they put full fledged Windows 10 in the Scorpio, full on Windows 10,
oh
full
yeah,
PC support, and I can play Steam on it.
that's
I can
very
download
Wow,
Steam.
Oh, Steam? You
that
think
would
they're
be
gonna have
interesting.
Steam on Xbox? Because that's like a competitor.
Well,
Like,
not really a partnership, but put Windows 10 on there. Think
yeah,
about
like
how many.
Windows
Yeah.
10 makes sense because like they have the whole like compatibility now that I can stream my Xbox on
Mm-hmm.
any Windows 10 device.
Right.
So it's already been set in motion that you can like Windows 10 and Xbox go hand in hand. But I think Steam is a little too
Mm-hmm.
you're reaching for that one, I think.
Yeah, that's pipe dream. That would be awesome if it happened. But while we're on that topic, I do when we're thinking about price, when we think about the bundle. I think you have to bundle in the Elite controller with this thing, don't you guys?
They better fix that left stick
Uh,
before they do.
Now
Yeah,
you're
I know.
getting up higher in price, man.
Yeah, but
Because
they're willing to take a loss on it.
I don't
So
know. I think that's a little bit too
yeah,
much.
if you're selling a premium console, I,
it's
you
a
know,
premium controller.
Well, Costco was able to smash that Elite console out, which comes with the Elite controller for $1.99. So
yeah,
Here's what I think: that they'll have two separate controllers that plug in, let's say, a grip, and let's say they kind of snap in there,
yep.
and it just forms a controller. And you can take you can take the controller apart, and then you have two controllers. It comes with two
You're
controllers right
talking
out the
about
gate.
Switch right
Now you're
now.
talking about Switch. That's snapping your fingers.
Oh my god.
We're done with that.
Well, look at it this way, and I'm not being a child about this, but
Yeah.
I mean, even if the support fails for the VR headset for the Xbox,
Mm.
damn good and well, every single guy out there is going to go check out VR porn. It's all over the place as it is, so it's not like it's exactly going to go to waste.
Do you guys see that video today? I saw it circulating on Facebook of the guy. It's like some guy at his friend's house, and he walks up on him, and he's like humping the air with the headset on. It's like, what is he doing? He's watching
No.
some VR porn with the PSVR.
Nice.
No,
Pretty.
I haven't seen that, but I can't even imagine that.
It's a hilarious video. Just check it out. But anyway,
Okay.
I think we
Yeah,
should
Yeah,
just
let's move
switch
on. Good,
topics.
yeah, good discussion about Scorpio. It makes me
bunch of
excited.
nuts.
Makes me excited for E3.
Oh, for
So
sure.
it's
Yeah.
coming.
I think we're fucking dreamers. All the things we're talking about.
Oh, I'm
Like,
sure.
yeah,
It'll probably be $700,
we'll be way up.
and whatever. But I still hold.
You can always start a pool.
I really think it's gonna be $400 for the box without VR or anything in it. Just the system. I think it'll be $400. Maybe is 450 or 500, but I don't think they go higher than that. All right, Prey. If you're looking forward to that game, Graham, I think you were.
I
Finally,
am.
has a
Yes.
release date. May 5th, 2017. You can get your hands on an Xbox One, PC, and Graham PS4.
Yes, but here comes the dilemma: gamer score.
And
So I'm pretty much gonna keep the PlayStation for exclusives,
yeah,
and because I don't have the Pro now, I nothing's gonna push me for the better video experience. So I'll just keep it for exclusives.
mhm. That game is coming soon, and I was impressed with the trailer. I mean, I love the concept of the game.
Did you guys play
So
Yes, me too.
the Last Prey?
I did not.
No,
I know it's very well received and people love it. I just
Mhm.
don't know. I don't know much about it
and
other than it's huge.
does Bethesda put out any bad games? Like, can you name a
Not
bad
really.
game by Bethesda?
Not really.
No.
Like
And
the how much they put into it, like detail and like they go over so fine details.
yeah,
I think it's gonna be a great game. I really
Bethesda is
do.
a lot like Rockstar in that they take years to put a game together,
Yeah,
That
and they
company has been
don't.
out
Yeah,
forever.
and
Sorry, go ahead.
they don't rush games. They take their time and they get it right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So no
Yeah.
reason to not have confidence in them. All right, next up, Tekken 7. If you're into
Bitch, I
that, if
was
you're into
trying to
those
say
fighting
something.
games. Oh, I'm sorry. Did
Just
you want to
kidding,
make a
Kaz.
point? All right.
I said they've been out since the Commodore 64, so they have
Yeah.
their growing. They've done their growing pains.
Oh
So
yeah.
Oh, for
they
sure.
got it nailed down.
Yep. All right, Tekken 7. If you're looking forward to that fighting game. Okay. Also has a release date coming out June 2nd, 2017.
Yep.
Uh, Battlefield 1. If you're a fan of that, which I think most of us here are, if not
I'm
all,
not.
you're not.
Not really. I haven't really played it since it came out. So
Oh, I
I
love
probably
that.
should jump into the
I
single
love
player.
Battlefield 1.
I should too. I
Um,
haven't played that in a
I
while.
haven't really played Titanfall 2 either. So
yeah.
sorry, Evangeline Gale. I haven't
Yeah.
been playing Titanfall.
They're both great.
Dude,
But
you know.
Battlefield 1's first DLC has been detailed now. It's They Shall Not Pass, coming in March. 4 new maps: Verdun Heights, Soissons, Fort Vaux, and Rupture. One of them, and I'm not sure which one it is a tunnel map in like an underground bunker.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to some of those bottleneck maps we've seen in the past, which get really chaotic and fun. So I'm really looking forward to that. New elite class, which is the Trench Raider. It's a melee focused class, and you carry a ton of grenades.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, there's a.
I hate that you can only carry one grenade.
I
Like, I
know.
know you can probably get perks where you can carry two,
Yeah,
you should be able to carry like 5 or 6. Like
Mm,
that would be fun.
yeah. There's a new elite class, or I'm sorry, new behemoth, the Char 2C Super Heavy Tank. My favorite behemoth is getting in the ship in the ones with that have water,
Hmm?
Oh,
and I
really?
forgot what it's the dreadnought. Oh,
Hmm.
that's awesome! Where you can get on the map. Mike, you were watching me play it one day,
Yeah.
where you like target the different points and just like launch away.
Oh, cool. That'd be fun. Yeah,
Yeah, it's so
I
much
haven't been
fun.
in the Dreadnought.
It's so much fun. And then a new mode, Frontline, which actually looks really fun. It's a mix of Conquest and Rush. So you basically capture a point, and then you have to accomplish these other tasks and do like telegram things, I think, in order to hold it and end up winning the game
Hmm.
Cool.
once you've captured the
Sounds
point. So
interesting.
yeah, so it sounds a lot of fun. Battlefield One is a fantastic game. I'm really loving playing it.
Wait a
Jumping
minute. Whoa, wait.
different
Sorry.
yeah,
I'm sorry, dude. I don't mean to interrupt you, but you said they're adding Rush to Battlefield 1?
Rush is already in it.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
they're adding this mode
Thank you.
called Frontline, which is a mix of Conquest and Rush.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. That sounds interesting.
it is. It looks really fun. And then the new Behemoth looks super cool. The super heavy tank,
Yeah.
that'll be fun. And yeah, because there's a couple maps where the armored train, doesn't really impact the game that much.
Hmm.
So the dreadnought usually does the what's called the Zeppelin or whatever it
Yeah.
is. Sometimes does, sometimes doesn't. But this tank, if you're able to move it around, not just on a track, but anywhere you want, that opens up a whole new thing to the game. So
Mm-hmm.
that'd be a lot
Huh.
of fun. So
Gotcha.
yeah, this comes out in March. Definitely looking forward to that.
Yep.
Square and Crystal Dynamics, makers of the Tomb Raider series,
Good companies.
yep, are making an Avengers game, and that sounds pretty awesome.
Hmm.
Just announced today.
Yep. So Eugene, you saw a trailer. It looked pretty good.
It didn't reveal that much. I mean, it showed Bruce Banner's glasses just laying on the ground.
So
So
it's more of a
insinuating on the
teaser
whole.
than you would
It's
basically
a
say.
teaser. It looks great. It has a female talking. Not sure who she is. I'm probably gonna watch some trailer breakdowns sometime tonight or later this week. But it shows Captain America's shield, Iron Man's hand. I don't know if it was cut off or if it was kind of in the ground. It looked like it was cut off, to me anyway.
Hmm.
It's kind of twitching and everything. It may have been one of his drones or something.
Hmm.
And then it showed who else did it show? It showed Thor's hammer just sitting in the dust. So some kind of big battle happened.
Yeah.
But I was kind of nervous at first whenever they had this. There's a teaser into the announcement where Marvel and Square on their separate Twitter accounts teased a announcement for the exact same day, and everyone was already speculating what is Square Enix doing with Marvel, and everyone's saying it's got to be an Avengers game. And look what we got. We got an Avengers game. I was kind of worried about it, like who's going to make this, and I'm happy to see that Crystal Dynamics is in charge of this. They
Yeah.
made the new Tomb Raider series,
Hmm.
and they're fantastic. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited about it. I'm interested to see what the gameplay is like.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how they're going to handle the gameplay. If they're going to have different character story arcs, or if they're going to have it where you switch characters in the story mode, or how
Yeah.
they're going to do it. I'm not sure how they're going to do it. But it's very interesting, and I'm excited for it.
Hmm. I think we can all agree this is probably a game we won't see till 2018 at the earliest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Unless they pull a Fallout 4 on us and surprise us at E3. But
Bethesda's been really good recently with whenever they announce a game that it just comes out and it's
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When does the
And I
next
don't know if you guys
Avengers
know,
movie
but
comes out?
It's
I
isn't
think it's
it?
this summer, isn't it? Is it this
it,
summer?
it,
I
it
think it
could
might. I
be.
think
Or
it
the new
is.
Guardians? Is the new
There's a
Guardians
new
this summer?
Thor this year. The new Thor
Yeah.
movies this year.
Ragnarok, yeah.
Yeah, and
I think
then
the new Avengers is next year. Which
I
if
think
it's
you're right.
next year,
Yeah,
then
they'll tie
the
in.
new this game will tie in.
Mhm.
They're gonna push for the sales. When the
Yep.
movie comes out, the game will be out. They're gonna push for the sales.
Yep. Agreed. So finally, wrapping up news. If you have seen the movie Apocalypse Now,
Great
and
movie.
yeah, it is a great
Never
movie.
heard of it. I'm
Really?
kidding. I'm
Okay.
kidding. I love Francis Ford Coppola,
Yeah.
so
So
Coppola.
yeah,
Where you
Coppola,
from?
Coppola.
Canada?
Maybe.
craft dinner. All right.
I bought 3
Mm.
craft dinners today, yesterday.
So
I got one in
if
my
you're,
cupboard waiting for me.
if you're
Give me a
fan,
second. I need to get up and get some more maple syrup
yeah.
here.
So if you're a fan of Apocalypse Now, it's getting the video game treatment. A Kickstarter was started for this game just a couple days ago, and it is slated for a 2020 release.
Yep.
So no real details on the game yet. Obviously, it's in the very early stages if it's a 2020 release, but that is on its way. If
So
it's something that you're
PlayStation
interested
5.
I don't know. It might need to be PlayStation 6 if Scorpio's everything it's saying it's going to be.
True.
But
Before we skip to the next thing, real quick,
yeah,
here's the thing I have with this. I don't know that it's actually going to appeal to the majority of gamers at this time because a lot of them are millennials. A lot of them don't know about Apocalypse Now or some of the behind the scenes thing. Like Martin Sheen was young in that movie, and for people who don't know, he's Charlie Sheen's father. He's also Emilio Estevez's father too.
mm-hmm.
Uh,
Emilio!
yeah. And so, behind the scenes, Martin Sheen was doing so much coke that he had a heart attack on set during the movie, and he came back to finish it too.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie is from the '70s, and
Yeah,
it,
79.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not like a lot of people that game in these years know about this. So I don't know how successful this is going to be, dude.
But do you think
Well,
people would just buy the game because of the title? Because it could be still a really good war game, and it could
Yep.
just have that title attached to it, Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
is this going to be a full-fledged release, or is this? I thought of it as an indie game, not
Well,
not
it's,
really
If,
an
it's
if
indie
too
it's
game, but
early to tell.
2020, I
an
would
arcade
say
game. You know, a
I would think
downloadable
it's a
arcade
full
game.
release,
Well,
but I could be.
here's the problem I have with this. It's not like a lot of movie games that come out are ever successful as it is. So if they tried to go
Mad
with the
Max.
plot, I said a lot, not
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
And I
Doesn't
don't
even.
even know if that game went with the plot or was just based in the world of it.
Yeah.
But like a lot of
Right.
Transformer games and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but if they make, I don't know, some sort of pseudo first-person shooter out of it with a little bit of a story and multiplayer, they may get some sales. But
Mm-hmm.
man, I just don't know. I mean, because like they said that the movie games don't do well, so I don't
Yeah.
know who managed to get Coppola to
Well,
sign his name off on this, but
I think this is probably going to be a game, and it's all speculation because it's just got
yeah.
announced and it's
Who's
3 years away.
developing it?
I'm not sure
I
100%.
might have to look
We
it
have to
up.
go look. Yeah. Um, I think it's gonna be one of those games that's kind of set in the world. Usually, when you get like the movie tie-in games that kind of follow the movie story, it's right around the release of the movie. So I don't see this one
So is
following
this
that
saying
to the
we're gonna
letter.
see another Apocalypse movie?
That'd be great.
Yeah, it would,
Because
but
it's probably due right now. So
mhm.
There,
and I think Apocalypse Now is done well enough. I mean, between Heart of Darkness, the book, and Apocalypse Now, I think a lot of kids get exposure to it,
So
either reading the book or seeing the movie
it's
in school.
going to be a psychedelic first-person horror game,
Okay.
and it's a Kickstarter game,
Hmm.
from what I understand. So I don't
yeah,
see that being a full-fledged retail title.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be fantastic, but it will be a short couple-hour game,
Hmm.
psychedelic horror game. So I can see that being interesting to where maybe you're in the shoes of a guy from the original movie,
I
drugged
can see
out,
that.
going crazy, just
Yeah.
Can't see
going
that.
through the forest, and yeah.
But in the movie, you watch. People say it was a hard watch. It was just hard to watch it because it was constantly shit. I mean, nobody could relax in that movie for like 10 seconds. You
So
know.
can I read the so there's an outline here on this IGN article. I'll read it real quick.
Yeah.
So the Coppola family's film studio, American Zoetrope, will join forces with entertainment and game industry veterans to develop a psychological, I can't read today,
Okay, Mike.
psychological horror RPG around the 1979 movie. Said
Interesting.
veterans include Rod Outten, who helped with Gears of War and Battlefield, Lawrence Liberty, who helped out with Fallout New Vegas and The Witcher, and
wow,
Montgomery Marklin, who helped out with Wasteland 2, which is a fantastic game. Wasteland 2 and Torment Tides of Numenera, never heard of that. And in an advisory capacity, Obsidian Entertainment, who that's who did
that's
Fallout
Fallout
New
New
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fallout New Vegas.
That was a good one.
Josh Sawyer from that. So it's a Kickstarter game from these guys. I mean, these are
Yeah.
big name guys from great games. So I can see a kind of a apocalyptic Fallout style, maybe even like Far Cry. When I heard this, I was thinking Far Cry, going through a jungle, maybe going through the jungle, upgrading your equipment, killing animals, killing people, skinning them, making some upgrade patches, something like that. But it's going to be an RPG. So when I think of it's going to be maybe a Fallout style first person shooter.
Mm.
Maybe it'll be like Arma and DayZ and stuff like that, set in
Oh, some kind of
that
yeah.
world.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
might be.
that wouldn't be bad at all.
No.
Because honestly, if you tried to play Far Cry in that era, you'd either run into a mine or a Vietnamese guy that's just
Yeah.
killing you. So,
Yep.
you know,
So I hear RPG and I think a lot of different things. So maybe some kind of it's going to be a survival level up. You know, upgrade your
Yeah.
equipment, get better equipment, upgrade your guns.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be probably, it might even be 2019 before we actually see something on this.
This is true.
But I mean, think about how long we've been listening to stuff on the Friday the 13th game.
Oh, I
And,
saw all
and
kinds
it's
of things.
finally
Yeah.
coming out
Yeah.
this year,
Yeah.
supposedly. But
Yeah.
It needs a little work.
it does. And, supposedly this year is the year. We don't know. But until we get a concrete release date. But, we've been seeing stuff on that game for a while now. So,
I mean,
yeah, I
this
think,
game may never come out either.
yeah,
if
we
it
don't know.
just-
I mean, it might not get the Kickstarter support either. But it is
Well,
announced, so if you're really
I
interested
think
in
it
playing
will. I haven't looked
I
at the
do
page,
too.
but
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about Friday the 13th not coming out?
No,
Apocalypse now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. You know what, man? I probably say there's probably a 30% chance it actually makes it. I mean, and I'm
So-
giving it good odds on this.
It's
one.
gotten a lot of press, and it is at $82,000 out of $900,000. That is a lot of money for a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a lot of money. I think that's
many-
more money than Mighty Number 9. So 1,500 backers.
How
I
many
think-
days
One
in?
month. 1 month to go. I mean, it just started, so 1 month to go.
I think what was it? Friday 13th was 800,000.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, but they also had, a lot of the original people, the score guy, the
Yep.
guy who played Jason, all the people that needed to sign off on everything for rights and everything like that, ready to go and into video and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Maybe Xbox or Sony will pick it up for just like they did with.
Yeah.
What did Sony pick up? They picked up Shenmue,
Yes, Shenmue.
the Shenmue Kickstarter,
that-
which we
that-
haven't even heard about
oh.
yet.
maybe
But,
Microsoft
that
should just stop fucking
ridiculous
around and make
display.
another Fable.
Apocalypse Now on VR for Oculus
There you
Scorpio. I'm calling it.
Yeah, that Shenmue, that ridiculous display they put on stage at E3. That was ridiculous.
Hey, we want you to do this Kickstarter that
Yeah.
we're backing.
Yeah. By
Yeah.
the way, we're
Give us
Sony.
money.
We could. Yeah. By the way, we're Sony. We could fund this game ourselves, but here, give us money.
Yeah, here's this
Yeah.
Kickstarter.
We'd rather your money.
Let's
Yeah.
get out of here, Sony. God damn it.
Yeah. That just.
Let me change my name. God damn it.
Yeah, that really rubbed
Yeah.
me the wrong way.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. That's going to do it for news this week, everybody. All right, Graham, let's move on to you. What can we get new in stores this week?
Okay, this week is absent from AAA titles, but I'm sure there's lots of hidden gems within the mix, because there are lots. Let's start with PS4 releases for next week. First, we have releasing on January 30th, Double Dragon 4. I didn't even know there was a third one. I just remember Double Dragon 2. So that is
Yeah.
a thing. Have you guys played Double Dragon 3? Do you guys know where this is
No.
going?
I know there's Double Dragon Neon. I don't know if the Double
Maybe.
Dragon 3. I'm gonna have to Google search that real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, because last time I checked and the last time I played in the arcades, Double Dragon 2 was the last one I saw.
Yeah.
It was an arcade game. Double Dragon 3 was an arcade game.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, maybe so, but maybe that was like in that time frame where I was done with that and on to other things.
It was called the Rosetta Stone.
Oh, teaches you
joke.
to speak Spanish.
Yeah, it does. Double
Yeah.
Dragon Rosetta
There you go.
Stone.
Okay.
Okay.
And moving on, and releasing on the 31st, we get Digimon World Next Order, Dynasty Warriors God Seekers, and Knee Deep. Now, we can only assume in the game what you're knee deep in. I won't say it. January 31st, we have the lone release, which is Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 Road to Boruto. Now,
Awesome.
don't
Did they
correct me
make
if
the
I
title
said this wrong.
long enough?
I know. It's like, what did he try with these titles? I don't get it. So moving on to Xbox One, releasing January 30th, we have Wells. It sounds like a deep story.
Yeah. Oh, look what you did there.
Yeah, you saw
So
that, eh?
punny.
I know.
So punny.
And on January 31st, you get Killed the Bad Guy. Why wouldn't you? Okay, after that, everything is quiet up until February 3rd, which sees 4 new releases. And they are, same title, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 Road to Boruto. Knee
Those are
deep.
actually good games, though.
Oh, okay. Those are good games. You heard it here, folks. Also, we have Aqua Kitty UDX and Pixel Heroes Bite and Magic. I don't know who comes up with these titles. A bunch of stone people, my guess. Um, Moving on, Nintendo's side of things, we're getting a couple releases from the underdog. They are Legna Tactica on February 2nd,
Sounds real.
and this one came out of nowhere. I don't know where this one came from. Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly
Oh,
World.
Jesus.
Oh
Did you say
yeah, I'm
Gucci?
excited about it.
And when I think of Poochie, I think of Simpsons.
So
when
if you
Homer was
played the
Poochie.
original Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, Poochie was a dog character in the game.
Oh,
He's called
Poochie.
Poochie. Yeah, Poochie.
I thought you said Hoochie. I'm like, ah.
Get your
Poochie.
mind out of the gutter.
Yeah,
Get
come
your
on,
mind
Mike.
Get out of here, Mike. No, it's Poochie, and he's a dumb, lovable dog.
Uh-huh.
And so this game is a basically there's a Wii U game, Yoshi's Woolly World. So
Yes.
this is Yoshi's Woolly World. It's the exact same game that was on Wii U, ported to the 3DS, which tells a
Oh,
lot about the Wii U. Except there's special Poochie levels where you play as Poochie or you play with Poochie, and you hatch eggs that have little baby Poochies, and they're dumb, lovable, cute dogs. And it comes with, if you buy the game bundle, it comes with a Poochie amiibo.
okay.
So I'm
So,
a huge amiibo fan. I buy all the amiibos, so of course I'll be buying this game.
Uh-huh.
oh, well, there we go. So, do you get much use out of these amiibos, or you just get them
No,
for like collecting?
no,
Yeah.
they
Okay.
look cool in my game room.
Yeah, they do. Chicks dig them.
Hey,
Yeah.
they do. I have a
Do
really
you
sweet ass game room.
you have the Twilight
I'm,
Princess one,
I'm
right?
sure. I'm sure.
I do have the
Sweet.
Zelda ones, and I have the Twilight Princess bundle. I have all the
Yeah.
I have all the amiibos.
Because I
So
have an extra one, I could have hooked you up, but you have it, so
oh,
don't worry about it.
I don't
Okay,
need your
so
bullshit.
okay, well he doesn't need it. So if anybody cares, which for 3DS, I bet you it's probably a decent game, but I don't know
It'll
if it's gonna
probably
work.
have horrible frame rates, and from the videos I've seen, it does have horrible frame rates.
Okay, so bad reviews. Okay, and this game releases on February 3rd. If despite that you want it anyways. Now for the PC, there are a slew of new releases coming next week. 54 to be exact. Number one, no. Okay, so I'm gonna pick one for each weekday. So starting January 30th, you can get Conan Exiles. January
Yeah.
31st, you can get A Long Road Home. February 1st, we have Depths of Limbo. February 2nd, Dark Angels, Masquerade of Shadows. And February 3rd, First Impact, Rise of a Hero. Now, if I missed any PC games that are worth mentioning, then you guys can let me know. You can email us, and I'll give a shout out next time.
You could
But
send an angry email to the Prime Minister of Canada. How
Yes.
yes,
disappointed you are.
and he will forward it to me because he's my neighbor.
They all know each other.
Yep.
Yeah, just follow the only road, and he's the
Yep.
second
Like
house on
seven
the
of them.
left.
Population of Canada is like 15,
7.
so
Yeah. Well, the population of American prison is 2.5 million, so
Uh-huh.
they have more in
taking
prison than we
shots
have
at
in
America
Canada. So,
sounds like terrorism. I'm going to call Donald and get this taken care of.
all right, you get them on that. So yeah, that's all I got for
Racist.
you guys. So let us know if there's any games there I missed, and if there's any PC ones that are worth checking out.
All right. Thank you, Graham. Mike, what can we save money on?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and amoebas of all ages, we have the February lineup for Xbox One free games with gold. First, it starts off with Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time. So that's actually cool. This lineup is not bad because I
Yeah,
don't
it's really
have
actually
any
good.
of these games except for one of them. So that's going to start off the first half of January, and then on the 360, The Secret of Monkey Island 2, which I really like these kind of games like King's Quest and stuff like
I
that.
love the Monkey Island
Yep.
games. They're fantastic games.
So that's also going to be available in the beginning of January. So that's 2 for 2 for me that I do not have and I definitely want to play. Then we have on the latter part of February Cars for the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
Meh, Project Cars. A lot of
Okay,
people,
Project Cars. Okay.
yeah, a lot of people will
Cars 3 for the Xbox 360.
um, they will probably like this game if you're a racing enthusiast.
Mm-hmm.
But a
Yeah.
cool one for a lot of people who have not got a chance to play it in the latter part of February on 360, Star Wars Force Unleashed will be
Yes.
available for free. And if you guys have not had a chance to experience this game, it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun to pull down the Star Destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
When you
So
get later in the game and you're pretty much invincible,
Yeah.
it gets
I
fun.
I played it on the hardest level, so I can't agree with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on.
Because I was it was really, really, really hard in certain areas to get anywhere without getting smoked.
Yeah, I finished the second one, but I did not finish the first one. So when I saw this, I was pretty excited to see it.
Yeah. Although I gotta say I haven't played it on normal mode, so I don't know.
Mm.
You know, I just want because I just like I'm just gonna get that achievement. Screw it. How hard can it be? Oh, it can be hard. It can. All right. So there are a couple good things this week on the games with gold for Xbox One. NHL 17. Talking to you, Eugene, is
Oh,
50%.
Eugene, you
Is
hear this?
50% off. I don't even
Oh
know why we
boy.
want you to play with us. You're just some fucking noob. You're just gonna,
So is that on Xbox or PS4?
over.
Xbox.
PS3.
Xbox.
PS4. Where-
PS4's got a sale on it this week with that big sale they
Yeah,
got.
I actually saw it on PS4 for the
But
deluxe edition. Is like $50. So
So
yeah, but
go
this
ahead, Eugene, and get it for the PS4, and you'll just sit in the fucking dressing room waiting for us forever.
Yeah.
yeah, pretty
We,
much.
we ain't
Is
coming.
no,
Graham
we're
will play
coming.
with me.
No,
He's got a
because Graham
PS4
has
now,
it.
so
No, because Graham has it on Xbox One. So,
Yeah,
yeah, 50% off on Xbox One. That's pretty good.
yeah,
That also means it's coming to the vault soon.
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so let me rattle this off real quick. Battlefield 1's 40% off right now. Just the regular edition, 40% off. Titanfall 2 regular edition is 50% off.
Mm.
Titanfall 2 Deluxe and Battlefield 1 Deluxe bundle is 50% off. Star Wars Battlefront Ultimate Edition is 40% off. Assassin's Creed Chronicles Trilogy is 50% off. Here's an interesting one. Kerbal Space Program is 40% off. I think it's $23.99.
Mm.
Only thing is I read the Xbox One Reddit all the time, and people say that the controls are really crap compared to the PC. But then again, you got a keyboard and stuff like that. But in a game like this, you really need to have all those controls to make it a lot easier.
Yeah, I don't know about
So
really crap, but hard. Very hard.
yeah, so that people constantly complain about the controls for the Xbox One version, but this is the best sale that's ever been on. It's $23, so I mean $24. So if you're gonna drop it, do it now. And Trackmania Turbo, which I've heard really good things about, is
Yep.
60% off. So that's what we got going on for Xbox. And for PS4, the February's are not available yet. They have
Oh.
not announced them. There are rumors, but I'm not even going to speculate on that because the last time I did, they were like, "Oh, Titanfall 1." No, not so much. So we're just going to move on to the sale, the essential sale that's going on for the PlayStation Store right now. And there's also something else I want to touch on with the Xbox One when we get to the other deals part. One of the things that are on sale this week on the essential sale for PS4 is Tropico 5, which is a game that I really want to get. It's $30 right now for the Xbox One, but it's $7.49 without all the DLC right now for PS4. I think that's a
Oh
hell
wow.
of a deal.
I didn't even
Yeah.
see that on there when I was shopping earlier.
Hmm.
Yeah, Soma is $8.99, and I've heard really good things about that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a PS4 only game, so apparently it's time to rip a clip on that one too. Um, Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition is $11.99. That's pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
They got Dead Rising 2, both for $11.99 a piece. That's not the greatest deal in the world. You may be able to get a little cheaper at GameStop, but if you like your digitals, that's the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Grand Theft Auto 5 is finally down to $30 on the
Hmm.
PS4. So that's the cheapest I've ever seen it as far as I can remember.
Yeah.
So um, beyond that, um, they're I mean, like they got like the Titanfall 2 Deluxe Edition for 40, and the standard for 30, but you can get it cheaper other places.
Sure.
Um, Battlefield 1 is 35.99. I mean, I guess it's okay for if you got a PS4 and stuff like that. I still think you could probably find it a little bit cheaper other places. You know, and so, I mean, there's a big long list. Just go to store.playstation.com and the sale's right there in front of your face. A lot of the stuff, these are some of the games I don't know because they're PS4 exclusive and they're more than likely indies and/or arcade. But you know, definitely worth going and checking out. So with that being said, we're going to get to the good deals. Just to let you know, that there is a Sega Sonic Publisher sale via the Xbox Store. So every single Sonic game is in all the DLC is 50% off on the 360, which is all backwards compatible. So Sonic 1, 2, 3, the racing one, Sonic and Knuckles, all that stuff are 50% off. I believe the racing one is 14.99, but the rest of them are $2.50. So you can't go wrong with that, you know. So that's definitely worth getting into. Here's the point I was making earlier when I was talking about just getting an external drive. Right now, I can't see who it's from. Oh, Rush Hour Wholesaler on eBay. You can get an Xbox One terabyte, Battlefield One for $259.99. Okay, fine. But then you can go over to Newegg and you can get the 500 gigabyte for $219. It comes with Battlefield One. And then also at Newegg, you can get the 2 terabyte for $369. So I'm sorry, $359. So why do that when you can take that money and buy yourself 4 terabytes, so you have 4.5 instead of two? You know, you're better off spending your money that way. Costco has EA Access for $28.99 right now in Canada, so that's loonies, not American dollars.
That is really good.
Yeah, run Graham. Not
I have it.
surprising, Steep on both consoles is down to $29.99 already on Amazon. Watch Dogs is on both consoles is $29.99 on Amazon. Fallout 4 on both is $19.99 right now. That's a pretty damn good buy. If you haven't bought it yet, you might as well get it for $20.
Hell yeah.
And if you got like a buck 50 you really want to waste, Assassin's Creed Unity is $1.39 on CD Keys right now. And CD Keys is reputable. I've used them many times and they've never had a problem. So with that being said, Resident Evil is already down to $49.99 on Newegg right now with a code. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the PS4 deals. Um, there's not a lot of difference, and there's not a lot of system stuff going on with the PS4 this week. They got a PlayStation 4 Pro 1 terabyte for $369.99 via eBay. You know, for the upgrade, I don't know if it's worth it or not. The definitive experience Metal Gear Solid 5 is $29.99 at GameStop. They had a flash sale on Amazon the other day. I didn't. Unfortunately, it was Tuesday. Yeah. The original Metal Gear Solid for both for both Xbox One and PS4 was $7.49. That would have been worth getting. If you really want to burn $5, I mean, you could go buy toilet paper or something. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 is $5 at Walmart right now. Nobody's cutting in because they want me to finish up real quick here. XCOM 2, $29.99 at Walmart. Fallout
Go for
4,
it.
like I said at GameStop, is $19.99. Um, there's not a lot of other stuff going on right now. So that's pretty much it for me. Take it away,
All right.
Captain Silent.
Let's talk about what we've been playing, and I'll go ahead and go first. It's been a
Nobody cares.
short week. It's been a non-eventful week gaming wise for me, mostly because of work. But I have gotten in some Battlefield One. I'm trying to grind out the Scout class, which I hate playing, to get that last like 80-point achievement, and then the 40 pointer for hitting level 1 in all 4 infantry classes.
Yeah.
So Hit the got that one for the level one the other day, and I'll hit the 80 pointer next time I get a chance to play. But I really hate playing Scout. But so I played some of that, and then some NHL playoffs going on right now. So we'll make another attempt tomorrow with Stephen Wiseman, one of our listeners, and see if we can't capture that Elite Cup championship that has eluded us. So that's it for me. Graham, what about you?
Well, like you were just saying, playing NHL 17 on the Xbox One. I also got back into Recore, started playing it a little bit.
Oh,
That
nice.
that
Nice.
game is actually a bit on the hard side with some of the parts you go into. I kept at it and I kept failing and I kind of gave up on it. And then I went to Fallout New Vegas. You guys were talking about that earlier.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
the reason I went to it because I went to go play Fallout 4, like the Nuka World expansion, and I could not find my disc, and I had that Fallout itch
Couldn't
going
find your
on.
dick.
So then I'm like,
Moving on.
That's what
I'm
she
gonna
said.
I'm gonna play Fallout New Vegas. So I started on hardcore mode, and the game's awesome.
I
Like,
played on hardcode mode. It's not that bad,
no,
No,
it hasn't
it's
been
not.
that bad
and
yet.
I think I turned it off the second I had that achievement pop. If you beat the game on hardcode mode, the basic story, you get an achievement. I think at like 100 gamer score or something like that,
Yeah,
and
you can't turn it
turn it
off.
turn it off after that.
Yeah, yeah, but you got to complete the whole game.
Yeah, not bad though.
So you complete the game, then you
Main
turn it off.
story. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just the main story. Okay. Yeah, so and I played the game Caravan, which took me a while at first to figure out what the hell is going on. But it's actually a fun game and I can't wait to actually get to Vegas and play with like the actual games in there.
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It is fun. It is fun.
Yeah.
That's one of the
And
very few games where I've gotten 100% gamer score in all the DLC and the main story.
oh really, eh? Wow.
And we can talk about that here in a minute. We have a Facebook question that talks about that. So
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been spending my time. How about you, Mike?
There was a tragedy last night in NHL. Um, I really, mostly, I have grown up and I don't like to throw things. But last night, I really, really, really wanted to throw my controller against the wall.
But
We
didn't?
played a very hard team. It was the third game in. You got to win
Mm-hmm.
four in a row. We played a really hard team, and I don't. Yes, Tyler, I don't give many of these teams credit because I always see, holes in their game and stuff like that. But these guys created open space. They play. They were tough. We were running around like like freaking wagon circling. It was bad. It was bad. And Tyler sent this pass over to me, and I potted it like with like 3 minutes left in the third, and we were up 1-0. So all of a sudden, we're playing 2.9 periods of really good hockey, and all of a sudden, the AI shits itself. It passes to three people that are making out right in the middle of the ice. Two of them are not us. Guy turns around, skates. The two defensemen just turn off. He skates right past them and pops it in for a goal. Then on top of it, they start off with a face-off from the center ice, go right into the zone, hit a slap shot. It bounces off the goalie's chest, manages to curve behind the goalie and pop in like it did in NHL '07. And that's it. Game over. We had no chance whatsoever. The game literally shit on us. And I hate that shit because it takes it out of your hands. You know, you play your ass off, you do really well, and then that's it. Game fucked because of the AI or some stupid ass shit that never ever ever happens except for that 0.1% of time. So getting past that, I had thanks to Raz. Raz got me a beta code for Honor, and I've been watching that on Twitch, and it looks really good. I really think that when this comes out, it's going to take a lot of the PvPers from Dark Souls and bring them over to here because it's got the same thing with guard break and parry and you got to use some strategy when you fight another person one versus one. I mean, it's not just run up and just hey, you'll just get slaughtered. So I think that this game has a lot of potential. Whereas kind of saw it before and like, nah, now it looks pretty damn good. As long as it's not a buggy mess, then from this beta, they should have made it open beta, honestly. And I think it's going to do really, really, really well. And besides that, I cleaned up some stuff in Stardew Valley, and um, that's Witcher 3. I've been grinding away in Witcher 3. I'm already in the second part right now, and that's pretty much it for me.
All right, Eugene, how about you?
So I'm still out of town. I've been away from home for about a month now. I brought my PS4 with me this week, so I've been playing Final Fantasy 15 still. I'm almost done. I'm at level 91 and about 60 hours in. I've been playing that, and with the PlayStation Essential sale, I went ahead and bought Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. I think I'm gonna replay it when I get back home, and I bought Batman the Telltale series game.
Nice.
Oh,
It is on sale for $15, so I went
Mhm.
ahead and bought it. Normally $25 for the season pass, so I went ahead and bought it for $15. I started it, so I'll let you guys know next week what I think of it. I've heard good things about it. I've heard bad things about it with the game engine that they use, but I'm pretty excited for it, so I'm gonna jump on that. But Final Fantasy's Final Fantasy's taking up most of my time. I'm almost glad to be done with it just because it is such a time sinker,
Yeah.
the hours I put into it. So I'm ready almost to be done with it. But it still is a fantastic game. I'm about to tonight actually after we're done with this podcast, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to beat the toughest boss in the game, which they've said is about a 2 hour battle. I'm hoping I'm going to beat him about 45 minutes to an hour with my level. So I'm excited about that. Adamantis, I'll be doing that tonight, and then I'm going to jump into Telltale. And I think when I get back, guys, if I can find it, I see that on Amazon right now. NHL 17 is on sale
yes.
for $40 for Xbox One.
Mhm.
No, but
So I think
the digital sales
Yeah,
half
it's
off.
half off. So
on
you get it for
Xbox,
$30. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to just go ahead and buy it on Xbox. So
Yo, you
I'll
have
play with you
to.
guys, see what all the hype is about, and probably
Oh
You
God,
something.
no.
just you're
We're
just
gonna put
gonna
you in
get
net. You know that,
verbally
right?
abused, dude. I'm telling
We're
you
gonna
right now.
train you to be our goalie.
Train.
No, we are not. Me and Tyler have been working on that, and the button combos and the trigger combos are really hard to remember. You got to play that for a week before you can get anywhere with it.
We'll see.
Lateral movement and stuff like that.
We'll see.
What are you gonna put him back defense?
What?
I said, were you gonna put him defense?
I
No, I'm
want to
gonna put
see
him at
how well
center.
I do
Can't
with
do
this
any
game.
worse than you in face-offs.
I want to see how well I do with this
Shots
game,
fired.
guys.
All
You
right.
guys, you guys have played me at video games, right? Like I'll be horrible at a game, but I'm actually pretty decent. Like I'll feel horrible. But
Here's the thing, though, dude. I know how you. I know what you're saying, but there are so many variables with this game. Shit just goes sideways for no reason. Just one day you cannot pass. You know that you're passing in the right place, but it's just not going that way. There are times where you just can't shoot. There are times where just shit just goes sideways, and there's no explanation for it. So it's kind of frustrating.
And Mike might yell at you. I'm just warning you right now.
I'll just
Well,
mute
he's not.
Hmm.
like I do with the show.
Um, he is not. He is not a kid, and he doesn't. I'm sure that he will not be shocked at the result of everything after every single time that something happens. You know, so
I mean, it sounds
I
like
yell at
FIFA or it
Eugene.
sounds like Madden. I mean, Madden and FIFA both have those spots, and even NBA 2K17 even has those segments where it's like that, where it's
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
it feels like you're in a rut and it feels like you can't do anything.
Yeah. I mean,
yep,
momentum plays a role in the game,
Oh
and
yeah.
and
yeah.
it's part of sports. I mean, that's just part of sports. So
When I
it
get home,
happens, and
if it's still on sale, I'm going home this weekend, so I think I might just go ahead and pick it
Yeah.
up.
it
Just
It'll be on
will. It'll
sale
be on sale
Monday
through
night.
through Monday night. So
I'll check it out,
all
and
right,
Do that.
we'll play online since that's the only game you guys play on
it's not the
Xbox.
only game we play, but whatever.
I knew
Anyway,
somebody was going to retort that.
let's head into discussion.
Yeah,
So
let's do that.
we've got a couple questions, and I actually have one, Eugene, before we get into Facebook questions.
All right.
From Raz, and this is staying on the topic of sports games. Um, he does mention, Eugene, you're not a sports fan, so this has of no concern to you.
Why do people say that?
Um,
I'm actually I love sports.
you're not a sports game
Water
fan.
sports, I hear, yeah, but
So, So here it is. Do you guys think that EA and 2K should give us a sports game every 2 to 3 years? That way they can take time to develop a really good game
Uh,
and somewhat polished version of that game and just give roster updates in between. So I'll give my point of view first. Should they? Yes. Will they? Never. Because we buy it every year.
Yes, religiously.
And as long as we buy it every year, they have no incentive whatsoever to change that model at all. Because if they can make $60 a year off of it, why would they take less just for a roster
Yeah.
update?
Like they're tripling their profit right there
Yeah.
by doing it every year instead of every 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also the other school of thought where they did they Battlefield 4. They took $60 for Battlefield 4 and $50 for the premium thing,
Yeah.
and they let it go for 4 years. But you know what? They fucked it up. Then they fixed it, and then they kept releasing really good content for it. And charging $10-15 or whatever. And what they did with that is they established with their user base that you can trust us. We will make you a good product and we will fix our screw ups and we can admit to it. So when Battlefield 1 came out, everybody's like, and bought it.
Mhm.
And they smashed everything.
Yeah.
All sales figures with Battlefield 1 and everything like that. So I have a funny feeling that people are going to be like, okay, well, let's see here. They knocked it out of the park with Battlefield 1. They screwed up the first time with Battlefront. The second one ought to be amazing. And so that they're just going to knock it out of the park with Battlefront 2 and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So with that being said, we've got the golf game, which I'm not even going to touch the name, so suck it. Um, they were, well, we're going to do one every 2 years, stuff like that. And then they gave you basically this skeleton of a game,
Mhm.
didn't have any features, put a couple things in, and went silent on the message boards. And March is coming up real soon, and there has been no word, and it's been 2 years. They really shit the bed on this one because
Yeah.
there are a lot of people out there that like the golf games.
I
So
love Tiger Woods golf. You're talking about Rory McIlroy, right?
yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah,
I,
Rory Macaroni. Yes, I'm talking about that one.
I think what Rad's getting at though is more the team sports games where he's calling for more of a roster update every year. My point is, and I hear what you're saying, Mike, on the Battlefield thing, but that's all honestly irrelevant because they put it out every year and people buy it every year.
So what if?
So why would they change that?
So what if? I mean, I disagreed. The second you asked the question, I'm like, no, it's not going to work because you're right. They do sell it every year.
Mhm.
People buy it every year, no matter
Mhm.
what.
Yeah.
Madden's the worst offender with it.
Yep.
Because basically, the past like 3 4 years to me, it's felt like a roster update. And I'll buy Madden, but the last Madden I bought was 14, I believe. 14
Yeah.
was the last one I bought. I bought it on PS4 when I think it was the first iteration of Madden that came out on the PS4 after it launched. Um, but I mean, how much money could they make? Would it balance out, or would it do even better if they released a Madden every 2 years, like Raz says, and then they do a $20 roster update? Not really any graphical enhancements,
$20
but
just for a roster update.
$20 for. Think about it
I
though.
actually think he's low on that. I think
So
it'd be
kind of like
Even
subscription
30,
based is what you're kind of saying.
even $30.
Mhm.
So let's say they release a Madden in 2017 and 2018, instead of releasing another full-fledged Madden title, they just do a roster update. They update the Ultimate Teams.
Mhm.
They don't change anything else. That's all they do.
Mhm.
Because honestly, that is what they do every year. Except they charge full-fledged $59.99, $60 for a full-fledged retail game. They don't change much of the mechanics. I mean, they do a little bit of tweaks. They do a little bit, but Madden hasn't changed too much in the last couple of years,
So
other than the roster
so
updates,
Eugene, here's exactly why it won't happen.
because of money.
Because I hear you, and it is money, but here's why: because you brought up Ultimate Team, so that's the biggest reason. Because that's where their money is made, really.
Mhm. Yeah.
So if you release a game every 2 or 3 years, it takes your players who spend money in Ultimate Team about 6 months to be mid to high 90s overall as a team. What incentive do they have to spend money for the next 2.5 years?
Wait a
Yeah,
minute,
but
Tyler.
what if
you,
it
you
makes you
have to be
start all
more
over?
specific than that, dude. Because
Why?
there are people on Twitch that will rip a clip on like 700 packs and spend thousands of dollars and will have a '90s
Well,
team within
that's
days.
what I'm saying.
Exactly.
So
I'm saying the people who are going to spend money will have a mid to high 90s team within 6 months.
And then
Oh,
what would they
you
spend
said
their
the
money
people
on?
that are going to spend money.
That's what I said. The people who are going to spend money on Ultimate Team will
Yeah,
have a mid to high 90s team within 6 months.
within days, weeks.
so
Well, but the
ultimate
people
team
who spend,
resets with every iteration of Madden, right?
yep,
Like
All
so
you have to do
do
is wait
that.
for is not buy the
that's
all
what I'm
pro
saying.
packs that come out the first week. Then when they come out with the special packs the second week or third week, you just double down on all those, and
Yeah,
your team
I
is
hear you,
stacked.
but that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that these people are all going to have mid to high 90s teams within 6 months, and they're the people who spend money on Ultimate Team.
Yeah, so you want to give them a new game
So you
so
want
they
to give
do
them
it
a new
all
game every
over.
year, so they do it all over again.
Yeah.
So
And if you,
here's my thought.
Mhm.
Instead of doing a full fledged retail game, what if for $20, me, the average person who doesn't buy a Madden every year, but who buys Madden every few years, I'd spend $20 for a good roster update and minor graphical updates,
Here's a
and
really
then for $30, $10 more, it'll reset all the ultimate teams, and you could start the ultimate teams for the new season
so
But
the
for the
would
problem,
new
people
season,
would
but
people
you don't have to
choose to
spend
do that though when
$60.
they already have the
here's
team that they could use to
so if you have
beat?
99, why would you choose to do that?
Because
Yeah.
Because you're already the
the
best team in
old
the game.
ultimate
Yeah,
teams
yeah,
won't
that's
work
what I
in the new
mean, right?
season. Your old
no.
ultimate teams won't work in
Then
the
you're
new season.
segregating the
No.
player pool.
Yeah,
This
you're
is
segregating the player pool.
You're
You're
already
absolutely right.
Yeah.
segregating a player pool when you're updating the game for the new year.
right off the
But
top of my head. This is the most viable answer to that I can come up with. Okay, let's say you buy. Let's say it's Madden 17, even though Madden 15 was far better than 16 and probably better than 17. So you buy the game for $60. It tells you when you buy the game that this license is good for 1 year, and at the end of the year, you're going to be prompted for 19.99 to keep with the updates and everything like that.
and it resets everything.
No, it
No.
does not reset everything because people don't like that.
Okay.
It may. So you talk about the roster updates, but they have live updates. They have who's hurt, who's not, and everything like that. It's just it keeps going or it stops, and you get cut off from the rest of the world. You can
Mhm,
still play single player. You can play with the rosters you have and everything
mhm,
like that. Until the following year in 19 when it comes out again. You know,
mhm,
that little thing popping up that says, "Would you like to pay 19.99 to continue having
mhm.
all access to all the online stuff in roster updates and live updates and stuff like that? Yes or no?" And then you say yes or you say no, and then that's all there is to it because that's the only viable way I can see. Because any other route you go, even though that does segregate people,
Mm-hmm.
but the people who want to play online are just going to be like, yeah, well, you know what? It's $20 for another year, so fuck it.
So then, are you
So,
saying that
yeah, go ahead.
everybody who pays the $20 will still like play each other because they both
Yeah,
have like really
yeah,
good teams,
Yep,
yeah.
and then other people
yep.
don't?
The people who don't still
So
own the game, but they can play like the offline
single
modes like
player, yeah,
franchise and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
yep. So here's the problem with that, and this is why it'll never happen. Why would they take 20 for it when they can get 60?
I'm saying if
Because
it was in a
if they can
2 year
get a
model,
greater audience base, if they can get a greater audience,
I
because
don't
I'll
think
spend
so.
$20.
Sales
I'm
go up
saying
for it
it's
every year.
I'm saying if it was a 2 year model.
Yeah, but they'll never do a 2 year model
Yeah.
because they can make 60 every year,
But
Yeah,
I
and
think it
make the
is a
money
great
off Ultimate
idea
Team
though.
every year.
Let me say I do think it's a great idea and it would be awesome
So,
because like I said, there are just minor tweaks
mhm,
and it would be nice for them to keep fixing it and then maybe they
yeah,
can make the perfect one for a prototype to copy for the next one.
I,
But
I
it'll
want I
never happen.
100% agree, Graham. I think it'd be
Yeah.
great for us as gamers, but it's never going to happen because it's a
No.
business, and they want to. And if they can make $60 a copy plus all the Ultimate Team money every year,
Yeah.
rather than every 2 years, they're going to do that.
Okay, so never
So
gonna
yeah.
happen. Let's
no,
move on.
No,
all
it's
right,
not going to happen. But they did try that shit with Rory Macaroni, and here we are. Not a peep of another one.
but it worked with UFC. So
Did it? Because
yeah,
UFC hit the EA Access like 3 days after they released it.
it was not 3 days.
You know what I
It
mean?
was
Come
like 8 or 9 months, just like every other EA game.
I don't think it was that
So
long at
it,
all.
it was.
I don't
So
believe so.
it was. But
I don't.
Eugene, what do we have from Facebook?
So Facebook questions. So Evangeline asks, "What's the game series that could release and push everything aside for you?" For me, it's Zelda. I'd looked so forward to playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and now that that's launching 3 days before Zelda, I'm skipping it till later.
Zelda for me too.
It's Halo or Bioshock for me, one or the other.
Oh, new Bioshock would be great. Mike,
Um, a new Force Unleashed / Jedi Academy type game.
Okay.
it'd probably be, which it'd be a new Elder Scrolls. If a
Okay.
new Elder Scrolls was to be announced later this year, then
They've really
that'd be it.
they've really sweetened up Elder Scrolls Online. I'm thinking about getting back on there. They've really taken a task on that one.
I don't know if I want to spend that much time with the Elder Scrolls, but Zelda may do it for
Mom did.
me. The unfortunate thing for me is I've got a baby due in March,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like a week after Switch comes out, a week after Zelda comes out. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be playing Zelda on Wii U, so
well,
I don't have to worry about the Switch.
Yeah. All right. What else
I'll
we
be
got?
cleaning up shitty diapers. So,
There you go.
Yeah. Sounds like fun. I'll give you Sammy's number. She can tell you all about
All
no,
right.
great.
Let's
I'm not going to eat it.
it. I hope not.
let's. What else we got?
Steve,
Yep.
good old Steve.
What up, Steve?
What game have you put the most hours into?
Mm.
So piggybacking what I was talking about earlier, it pop. There's about 3 games where I can confidently say, or maybe 4 games. I
Okay,
can
so we
confidently
should
say,
exclude sports games.
Yeah.
oh yeah, oh for sure.
Okay.
Even though
So
it's a game.
there's 3 games, and they're all on 360. So there's Fallout 3. Fallout
That's what
3.
I was
I
gonna
put
say
in.
too, actually.
I probably sunk in about 200 hours between the main story plus all the DLC. Then there's Fallout New Vegas, which Fallout New Vegas I probably put in more hours because I had to restart that game. I 100% of that game, got all the achievements. I had to start over a few times because you have to pick a faction
Yeah.
about 3/4 of the way through. And one time I didn't keep the save state. The second time I did keep the save state. So I was able to continue from there. But I probably suck a couple
Wow,
of hundred,
that's hardcore.
maybe 250 hours into that. The third game for 360 would probably be Skyrim because I also 100% is Skyrim by doing all the different faction and the guilds that you could join, and then all the side quests and the different caves you can go through. I probably sunk in about, I think the last time I checked was about 220 hours with Skyrim with all the DLC. And lastly, I would say Pokemon Gold. Pokemon. So the original Pokemon Gold
Okay.
for the Game Boy Color when I was younger. That's really the only game I probably had for about a year. But I restarted that game several times, just restarting it. Then I kept my last save file, and I finally started trading with friends at school, and uh, just going through the story and catching as many Pokemon as I could. The great thing about Gold was whenever I first beat the game, and I know you guys really haven't played Pokemon, but it includes the entire world from the first Red and Blue games.
Hmm.
So you beat the main story in Gold, and then suddenly you're on a ship and you go back to the old world, and you can basically play through the entire old world, go through all the gyms, and it added on probably around 20 to 30 hours additional gameplay.
Hmm.
So between all the hours I put in that, just replaying it over and over again, revisiting it, uh, I probably sunk in several hundred hours into that,
Wow.
just replaying it over and over again, and just really getting into it. So I love that game. What about you guys?
For me, I'm not sure of which one would take like the title, but I can give you probably the top three since we're not playing, since we're not including sports.
And not first-person shooter. Well, maybe. I'm just
Yeah,
thinking.
first.
What?
I
What?
mean,
Where
why?
are
Oh,
I
I
mean,
put in a lot of
that's
hours in
taking out.
COD.
games that you play?
Yeah, that's taking out like half the games. I
Yeah.
mean,
Okay. Because
I
I was
mean-
just thinking that's something that you could just do the same thing over and over and over and over
I
and over
don't
and play
know. I
the map.
mean,
Well,
Right?
so
now that you
is-
mention it, Modern
I'm just
Warfare.
thinking like how many times like you like.
yeah, but so are a
like-
lot of other games.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. Fair.
yeah, I
fair.
mean,
Fair enough.
Fallout, you do quests over and over. I mean, it's
Oh, they're different. They're different quests, though.
yeah, but every multiplayer
Every
game
time
is
you
different
shoot the
too.
puck, it's from a different place, except
Yeah.
for when you shoot it.
I think sports games are viable.
You shoot it into the other
So,
person's
well,
stick.
and the reason I don't want to say sports games because it would just be like
It'd be
alternating
NHL.
between NHL and Madden for me.
It would have
Um,
been NHL 16.
Yeah. So take out those two, like the NHL series and then Madden, especially 15. I put a ton of time in, but if you take those out, it would come down to Battlefield 4, the first Titanfall and actually Destiny. I think I put more than 300 hours
Oh, that's a
into
good
the
one.
original Destiny. But I think Battlefield 4 I probably put more than 400 or 500 hours into, and
Oh
then
wow.
Titanfall was really close to that. Yeah.
So I guess it's my turn.
Sure.
My three would be World of Warcraft, EverQuest 2, and Star Wars Galaxies. Especially Star Wars Galaxies, because I was a weaponsmith on there, and I was one of the first ones, and I made a lot of friends on there. Lost a girlfriend over it, I think, or maybe that was later because I wasn't paying enough attention. But I'll tell you what, I made enough money that I could have, at that point in time, could have bought a car. Well, I could have paid for half of a car at that point from selling all of the credits that I sold on eBay. So I did real well with that. But between those three, far and away, I have spent the most time on those games. I have
Wow.
always
Now that you guys mention it, like got between Modern Warfare, and then also Diablo. Man, I
Mm.
put in some hours, so I didn't even think about that.
yeah. So those MMOs I used to play like nobody's business.
Yeah.
What about you, Graham?
Okay, I would say my top one would be Fallout 3.
Mhm.
I'd probably put in close to maybe around just under 300, maybe 280. I'm not quite sure, but I know it was a lot. Like it was all the DLCs, and I was trying to get all the achievements and stuff like that. And then the other one would probably when I first got into like hardcore gaming, besides when I was like a kid and stay played Nintendo and Super Nintendo. It would be World at War. I put in so
Okay.
much time
I
and
hated that
zombies.
one.
I
Like
like that game.
when I lived in Vancouver for 6 months, that was pretty much what I did for the whole 6 months. And with that too, coming out of Vancouver, probably would have been Battlefield Bad Company 2. I put in
Okay.
a
That
crap
was a
ton
lot of
of
fun.
time.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
It was viable to be a sniper in that one.
Yeah.
yeah, that's my
Okay.
three.
All right.
Man, I wish the old I miss the old first-person shooter multiplayer days. I
Yeah.
wish it'd come back. It
Yeah.
feels like it's kind of gone away.
Do you guys remember Rise of the Triad or Descent or anything like that?
I don't.
No,
God, you guys are fucked.
no, we're not as old as you.
It's like when Doom was only, four person LAN multiplayer and stuff like that.
I was like 5 when Doom came out.
Oh
I
God.
remember playing Doom
Moving
on my
on.
brother's computer and doing the code where you can just walk through walls and you just
I'm
get like
fucking not
stuck.
that old. Like
I
far from
remember
Duke,
Duke Nukem.
I remember people talk about getting their RAM upgraded to like 8 megabytes, and I
I
had no
remember
idea what the hell
Heretic.
that meant.
Did you ever play Heretic, Mike?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I had Heretic when I was little. I remember that. It was after
Yeah.
Doom.
Yeah, that was another one, but that one wasn't nearly as good as like Descent. Descent was the ship one,
No.
where you flew the ship. Like
No.
it was like an X-wing or whatever, and you shot other people, and yeah.
Probably put a lot of time in Super Mario World too, actually.
Oh,
Old
shut
Mario
up.
World.
All right.
So real quick shout out. I want to give a quick shout out to Raz,
Yeah,
since
fuck
Raz
off,
asked a
Raz.
question. So hey Raz, so you gave Mike an awesome beta code, so thank you for that. But Raz won our holiday giveaway in December,
Mm-hmm.
and that was late December when we announced that last week of December, and I still haven't sent his package out yet. Basically from December 30th. I've been out of my house, and
Yeah.
your stuff is still sitting at my house. I'm going home this weekend. I'm gonna box up your stuff and send it to the post office this week. So your stuff is coming within the next week.
And you
So
did
I
buy the box.
apologize. What's that?
You bought the box.
I
Yeah,
do have a box. I
he
got
has
All
the
some
right.
duct tape.
box.
I'm
It's a nice
ready.
box too.
I've got your address. It's a cheap box actually. I went to Walmart. It's a duck brand box,
But
moving
remember, you
box.
can use the box to store some of your own stuff in, right? It's part of the
Raz,
price too.
that's the best part of the prize is the
Box is part of the
box.
prize.
And obviously he's cutting corners here because he's going to have it sent to the post office, which means his butler's going to take it there for him.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
Jeeves, right?
I'm gonna
but
have and I'm gonna hire an Uber driver to take care of
yeah.
me.
But to be clear, Raz has gotten the game that he won, NBA 2K.
Yeah,
Because
Tyler
I've
gave me
seen
the game,
him.
and then
Yeah, I've seen him pop some achievements on there, so that's
stuff
cool.
I have some neat collectibles, some T-shirts,
Hmm.
uh, Zelda stuff. I got something from
He's
Titanfall.
sending you a
Whoa,
selfie,
whoa,
dude.
whoa!
Don't open the
Send
box.
me the Zelda stuff. He doesn't
No.
like Zelda.
You don't
Whatever.
even know if he likes Zelda.
Well, he doesn't like it as much as me.
Well, nobody likes it as
You
much
have
as
likes
you.
it.
anything
as
about
much as
Zelda.
you.
You're rich. You're from
No.
Canada.
I was rich.
You have free health care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're
That's-
gonna have free health care too. Don't you watch the news?
You have a good
Oh
president.
yeah, right. Yeah, we're gonna have free anything in this country. Get the fuck out of here.
I might get kicked out, because I'm half Asian, so
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
I
Eh?
won't be here anymore.
That's
Yeah,
right.
man.
Wait
I
a
got a
minute.
three. I got a three-bedroom house, man.
Wait a minute. What?
We'll have the best Zelda
What
fucking
Asian
shrine.
are you?
What?
What Asian are you?
What do you have to say, like? I'm half Korean.
Oh my.
My mother's Korean.
Different, but same.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Same,
have
same.
one now. I'm gonna have some.
So Graham, we should get married so I can move to Canada.
Sure.
I already
need to
called
get
that.
citizenship. Damn it!
I
Do they
already-
support
I
polygamy
sent
in
him.
Canada?
I sent him that text the day after the election.
Do they have polygamy there? Do you guys support polygamy,
I'll have to check.
or is that just in where is it? Quebec? You're in
Maybe-
Quebec?
No, it's Newfoundland, which is where he's
Newfoundland.
from. So
What is Quebec?
Quebec,
Quebec.
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 Quebec is
my ass. It's a
Quebec
cute.
is kind of like the Canadian Texas. It's just like the weird place.
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
Newton.
Yeah, actually, at one point they wanted to leave our country. They wanted to separate. They want to be a country of
Exactly.
their
It's
own,
like it's the Canadian
in
Texas.
in the middle of a country.
Yeah, it's the Canadian Texas.
God, Eugene, you're in for it now.
So
Mm.
anyway,
The chick I told you about, that my friend with with her pet that passed away, she's half Korean, half white. Her nicknames are K-pop and Kimchi. You're up, dude. Batter up.
okay. So we're an all-inclusive podcast. Happy.
Very
Do not
diverse podcast
discriminate.
here.
Everywhere.
Canadians, Koreans, Texans.
Oh, don't get me started about Texans. No.
So anyway, what other? Do we have any other questions, Eugene?
No, sir.
Okay.
Why is Mike on this show? Everybody gets silent. Oh, shut the fuck up.
Well, I was trying to think of a
We were
reason.
thinking about
we were
it.
thinking.
I was thinking about it.
I'm drawing a blank. I don't know you guys.
It's 2 hours of my life I could save.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. Okay. So let's do real quick. Well, as quick as you guys can do it. The 25 questions game.
I need a
Oh
point.
shit.
Oh, I need a point so bad.
So, Graham, you are the clubhouse leader. You can choose the order for everyone.
Okay, we'll let Mike go first and Eugene
fuck
go
yourself.
second,
All right. You want to go third?
and I'll go third.
All right. Mike, fire away.
Is the color of the system it's on gray?
That's actually a good question. I like that one.
Shut up.
But there's like
That
special
eliminates
editions,
like
though,
4
right?
consoles, so that's pretty good. That's a good question. So,
Should've
was it
saved-
released after January 1st, 2000?
Yes.
Is this a
A game?
Is this a game? No.
Does it have tomatoes?
No, I don't ask that one.
Okay.
That was a strategic question. How do you fucking guys
There's
not
only-
get that? I
There's
swear to God, you guys think
Attack
I'm
of the
like
Killer
the most
Tomatoes for
immature,
NES.
stupid ass person in the world.
Does
But
it
I
have
have
onions?
a method to my madness.
Cooking Mama.
Okay, do you have multiple lives in this game?
The fuck is that? You can't even answer.
Okay, so clarifying question. Do you mean in the sense of like Mario, where you have like 3 lives?
Yeah, kind of like that.
No.
Oh, great. It's all on me to ask the serious questions here.
That was serious. Let me use my serious
Does it
voice.
take place outside, primarily?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Outside.
I'm not giving you two shit.
Sidewalk
Is this game played in first person from a first person perspective?
It's not that difficult.
Oh no, this one kind of is.
Are you going to give me a freebie on that one?
No free.
Can't answer it. Is it played from a first person perspective?
I am
Oh,
almost positive the answer to that is yes.
How can you not know that?
And I'm finding out right now.
no,
Okay.
I have a funny feeling where you're going with this because I kind of have an idea.
Was this released on an Xbox system exclusively?
Yes.
Huh?
And Eugene, the answer to your question is no.
So
Oh, it is
no,
not.
it's not a first person
It's not a first
game.
person.
Not a first person perspective. Okay.
Are there clowns in it?
No.
Okay.
What kind of? So,
Dude, it's
Graham,
strategy. Figure it
what kind?
out.
Graham, what kind of question? What was your question?
Can I repeat it, or does he miss
Yeah,
out?
it was.
Not
It was.
listening.
I
Was it
just.
exclusively and was it exclusive for an Xbox?
So it's an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not a first person.
I was gonna tell you.
So possibly third person or an overview. So I'm guessing that you didn't clarify the system whether it's 360 or Xbox One.
No, just an Xbox exclusive.
Hmm. Is this part of a franchise?
Yes.
And my questions don't.
How's that not? I mean, that's a good question.
It's just as vague as mine is.
Come on, we're all friends here. Like, come on now.
Yeah. Well, no.
Who cares what
Who's
questions I ask? I have a method to my madness. Beat your ass the first time.
Wait, it's my turn again?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
shit. Um, is this a strategy game? Like,
No.
no. Okay.
Well, I know it's not going to be a sports game, because you already covered that. You like to change things up a bit.
I don't know. You might have to ask the question to find out.
I'm sorry. What?
Is that a
Um,
question?
Does it have more than one hero or hero? Yeah, does it have more than one hero?
No.
Okay.
That's 10.
Is this played from a top down, perspective?
No.
Wow. Okay. Wait, you said it was part of a franchise or it wasn't?
Yes.
You said it wasn't. Oh, you
It
said
is.
yes?
Yes. Yes. I said yes.
I thought you said no.
No, I said yes.
So yes, it's part of a franchise.
Hmm.
Is this a horror-based game?
No.
Damn.
Yeah. Is it cartoony? Are the graphics in the game cartoony?
No.
Interesting.
All right, so I'm going to recap a little bit. So Xbox
Yeah, okay.
exclusive, part of a franchise, not first person. After 2000, which if it's Xbox, it has to be after 2000. So I don't know if I'm going to clarify what system it's on or genre. Is this in third person? Third person perspective.
Well, that's
You
all
just-
that's left.
I mean, that's the
You just
only
go
that's
through
the
them
only
all.
perspective that's left, basically.
Well, then
The answer is yes.
why ask that question?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's like a sim style game, then you're playing as a god basically. So
Yeah.
it's not really first person or
But then
third
wouldn't
person.
side scroll be a different
Or a
perspective
puzzle
too?
if it's a
Yeah.
puzzle game like Peggle,
Yeah.
you know, you're not really
Graham's right. Side scroller would be a different perspective.
yeah, side scroller, 2D side scroller. It could still be. I mean, it could be a fighting game, 2D fighting game. So
Yeah.
it's third person game.
We justified your
Yep.
question.
Third
You don't need to
person.
keep
Okay.
doing it. Stop justifying it. Okay. Oh. This is tough, man. My brain's starting to hurt. I don't really want to use a throwaway question, but I don't really have a good one.
Go for it, because I
Is
think
the
my next.
protagonist a female?
No.
Is this before 2006?
Yes.
Okay.
So original Xbox, third
You're
person.
welcome.
So I'm gonna go for genre. Is this a shooter? Considered a shooter?
Nope.
Damn, me again?
How many questions are we at?
It's 17.
I
Oh
say
Jesus!
we got to be getting up there.
Jesus!
Okay, would you call this a AAA title?
Yes.
Is the hero human?
No.
That's what I thought.
And I'll clarify that it depends on how you look at it, but the main focus of the game is not human.
Main focus is not human.
Does it take place on Earth?
Yes. That is 20. 5 questions to go.
I know you guys are fast with your questions.
This is a tough one. I'm kind of stumped right now.
That makes me too. Okay.
So our 25th question has to be a guess for the game, and if we don't guess, then Tyler gets a point.
Oh, Tyler can get a point.
If we don't guess, he wins. He gets a point. So let's kind of recap again. So
He wins a
AAA,
piece of our
Xbox
soul.
exclusive, more than likely on the OG Xbox, since it was between 2000 and 2006.
Wait. Oh, well, I'm gonna put in something. Remember, he said it was gray. So was the original Xbox
No,
He
gray?
I did
he said
not
it
say
wasn't
it was
gray. He said
Oh,
it
it
was
wasn't
not
gray.
gray.
Oh, it
That's
wasn't.
why I said it was a good question. It was a good
It's the
question.
original Xbox.
So original
Yeah.
Xbox, original
360
Xbox,
360.
third person franchise.
AAA.
I mean, so you're.
I'm going to take one for the team, and I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to shoot out there.
But you gotta wait for me first.
So
I'm
did
still
you?
gonna take one
Was
for
the
the
question? Was it an Xbox exclusive or did it appear on the Xbox?
No, I said was an Xbox exclusive.
So it's only on the Xbox. Okay.
Third person.
God, I don't know too many third person games, and that question also threw him off a little bit too. So that I'm also thinking about that.
Yeah. Like he wouldn't have answered that if he could switch between the views because
That's also a good point. And also, you don't play as a human, and uh, it's part of
it's on Earth
franchise.
and it's on
It's
Earth.
on Earth. It's on Earth. Yeah. God.
Wow. We should know this because wait. Okay, I'm gonna guess. Wait.
Yeah, you can ask
You
questions
can
and
ask
then
a question
guess.
first.
Okay, is there magic in this game?
No.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't guess then.
Okay, I kind of have. I don't know exactly the name of the game,
So is this
but I have an
22?
idea of what I want to guess. But I'm going to ask this: do you actually stand on the ground, or do you fly the entire game?
Ooh, he's thinking
I
hard.
can't answer that yes or no because the answer is neither.
Oh God. So what were you asking, Mike? You said, can you stand on the ground or are you up in the air?
Or do you
Yeah.
fly over above
You
it?
fly the entire time.
Oh, I know where you're going with that.
Yeah.
I know where you're going with that.
The answer is neither.
Yeah.
Neither. So you're not up in the air or you're not on the ground. So
You're not
are you on
standing
water?
on the ground.
You're not standing on the ground. Jesus Christ.
I actually asked him if you were on the ground or flying.
Yeah.
You said standing on the ground.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you are not standing on the ground, and you are not flying.
Oh my God. So it's my turn, I guess. Jesus.
3 questions to go.
Does this
Said it wasn't a strategy game either.
3 questions to go,
He said
Jesus.
it was
So
not a strategy game.
This is your last shot,
Yeah.
Eugene, so you might as well take a
Yeah.
guess as soon as you're
well,
asked.
do we get to 25 and then we can take a guess and that's it? Or
Now you consider a puzzle game a strategy game, right?
Yeah, I would consider a puzzle
Okay.
game strategy.
Good.
so we didn't ask. God, I don't know any puzzle or strategy games for Xbox
Well,
exclusive.
It's
we
not.
said
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I didn't remember asking that question.
You know, we're gonna kick ourselves when we hear this.
It's probably something
No.
really stupid.
It's
We're
a
not. I know
AAA
I
title
got one of two
on the
guesses.
original
Can't guess twice,
Xbox.
but
So Tyler, can I? I mean, you said it. He said it's a AAA title.
Mhm.
Are we going to be pissed off if we miss this? That's not my question. But are we going to be pissed?
yeah.
You don't have to answer.
I know. I
You
know
don't have
what.
to. I think we're going to be pissed. So
It's not overly obvious,
it's not overly obvious. I mean,
but it'll be obvious why I picked it.
so we haven't made it this far yet. So like I said, so we're at question 22, right?
I would say when you get your last question, you should offer a guess at that point.
Yeah.
So
Oh, for
is
sure. You have
this
to.
our?
You have
So
to
this is
another
my last question and
Yep.
also my guess.
Yep.
question and a guess. And then I
Okay.
got question and a guess. Or no, Mike's got a question and a guess. And
So
then
I was thinking once we get to 25, it's like we have to guess.
I'll tell you, there's one question out there that if you asked it would narrow it down a ton. But
Yeah, but I don't want to do that.
Yes, because you know it.
Well, I'm just gonna.
Is there a tomato in it?
No, it's mine. God damn it.
It's his
Um,
turn.
That counts. That's a question.
No, it doesn't count.
So
If there was a tomato.
let's just go through the facts again. So Xbox,
Yes.
AAA,
Yes.
third person,
Franchise.
franchise. Jesus, it should be so obvious.
Yeah.
So
Are
I'll give
you
you,
a
I'll
plane
give
in
you a
this-
hint. I'll
Go
give you a
ahead.
hint.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
no, don't. 'cause
No,
I
no,
was
no,
just
no,
gonna
no,
get
no,
an
no.
It's a vague. It's a very vague hint.
No hints. Is
very
it?
vague.
If you give him a hint and he wins, I'm calling bullshit.
It's a very vague hint. It's not a tentpole super powerhouse franchise.
That is very vague. Okay.
But there has been more than one game made.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Well, that
franchise.
eliminated what I was going to ask
Obviously,
next.
It's a
So
franchise.
go through. Mike, help me, or Graham, help me out. What? So Xbox, AAA,
Yes.
third person,
On Earth.
on
Person-
Earth,
No, he's
Not a
tripped up on
human.
the first person
not a
for-
human, vague.
It was
Xbox.
very vague on that one, which
We
means
haven't
it's
figured out
really-
what type of game it is either. We have no
But
idea.
we didn't narrow down the genre at all.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
don't know the genre.
we missed that completely.
It's not puzzle strategy. It's not a
Let's just
shooter
wasting
game.
time here. I have a viable guess, and if I ask for another hint and I say what it is, it's just going to give it away to him. So
So,
I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
don't
I'm
say
gonna
anything. It's
call
not-
for a question at this point.
Yeah. So my
Okay.
question is it a? Do you shoot guns in this game?
Absolutely not.
No. Okay. So
What is your
is
guess?
You gotta
is
guess,
it
guess.
Hexic?
Nope.
That would be a puzzle game.
That is a puzzle game. I just blurted something out there because I have no idea. I have no idea.
All right, Graham.
No, it's Mike's
Graham's
turn.
out.
Oh, it's,
No, I get the
No,
last
he's
one.
still here. He's still here.
He guessed.
no, Graham.
No,
you go
he didn't
over.
guess.
You go last, so you're number 24, because that's in denominations of 3. So you should have gone first, because then you would have gotten 25 as well. Graham, you're up because it's question 24.
Oh, and Mike ends it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh.
Mike is it.
Okay.
I thought he was out.
No.
No. Is it based on a movie?
No. Go ahead and guess.
God damn it.
Tyler, you just won this.
He's so sure about that.
Oh.
5 seconds. Guess something.
Knights of the Republic.
Nope.
I almost said
He
that.
said you weren't on the ground.
Yeah, it's on Earth.
Tyler,
I
are
said
you
you
in a
weren't-
car?
Yes.
We're now 3 takedown.
No.
Fuck off.
What? Cars 2 for Xbox.
The best question to ask would have been, was this a
Is it a
launch
racing
title?
game?
Was this a launch title for the original Xbox? And the
Okay.
answer to that would have been yes.
What is it?
I would say Forza.
Project Gotham Racing.
Oh, Jesus
Oh, you
Christ.
son of a bitch.
I never ever
Jesus
played
Christ.
that. I don't even know that game at all.
Go ahead,
God,
go
I
ahead,
would
you
have never
fucks,
guessed
and
that.
make fun of me about my tomato questions, but I'm the motherfucker who got close. So
He,
suck.
yeah, he did get close. He at least had the right
Burnout.
genre.
Yeah, I mean,
Figured
yeah,
out.
Well, I was gonna ask that, but then I was talking about the perspective, but I don't know the perspective because I
I
don't
thought
know
it
the
was
game at all.
Crimson Skies for a second.
I had to actually look up screenshots of Project Gotham, and it
When he
isn't third
tripped-
person.
Because when I was
First,
asking if
third,
you
I'm
changed
like, there's
the
got to be
view.
multiple.
I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think about racing.
So
but-
you can't change the view in that game?
Not
Yeah, you
that I'm
can.
aware
That's
of.
why he tripped
No.
on it.
Well, then it would be first person then.
Every
'cause-
screenshot I looked at was third person. So
I don't
went
know
with
if I'd
the
consider
information that I had.
Okay.
Project Gotham AAA, but
I would have never got that title.
It was
But
AAA because it was a launch
There's
title.
no way. I really thought
And
that
it
you
was
would
no,
not.
it was definitely popular. It was
And it's a
definitely popular game.
franchise?
It's a big game. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
said it
there
wasn't
was
a
more-
big franchise, so it wasn't Forza.
Yep.
I didn't even think about Project Gotham at all because that's
I
been
didn't
so
think about
far off the radar for so long.
It has, but there
Yeah.
has been more than one game which
But it's big
qualifies
on
it as a
it's big on
franchise.
Xbox.
Well, let's
Yeah,
let's
it's
do
big on
this. Let's do this. From now on, let's not go that deep for things that are dead at this point.
No,
Well,
no, I think it's fair.
no.
I think it's fair.
The,
He
the
gets a
thing
point.
is, I don't want to make here. And here's why I went that way because I don't want to make everything like Halo or Uncharted,
Well, I
where it's like
understand
super
that,
easy. But
but
yeah,
that's the reason why I went with you said wasn't big, so no Forza because I
Yeah.
was already guessing racing game.
Yeah.
That's
But-
why I'm like, let's go.
But if one of
tomato,
us asked,
tomato,
was it
tomato.
racing and was it original on Xbox, then eventually you guys would have got it. I
Yeah, we
wouldn't
would've
have,
gotten
but
there.
eventually you guys would have got it.
Yeah,
I
but
think,
I'm not going to say racing because I'm not going to give it away to you two knuckleheads.
right. But I think the genre questions just weren't asked early enough, and the
But I mean, if
what
racing
console
was like
was it
the
on
first
wasn't
first
asked.
question asked, and you said yes, well then you're not giving it away. You're just limiting it. It's racing.
I think we need to
Oh,
get
it's a
over the
question.
fact that this game is almost a collaborative game. We've got to consider what each other says,
Yep.
and we've got to almost kind of hint each other.
But
like,
it's
what
official.
kind of direction we should go.
Eugene is losing. But
Yes,
God damn.
she's losing.
I'm pissed.
We've had 3
I'm
weeks
so
now,
pissed.
and everyone has a point.
Even the guy who
Except
asked
you.
the questions.
I want a half a point.
No.
No.
Well, if you want a half a point for that, then I want to contest Blades of Steel being it was a great game. It was popular, but
I
we're
agree,
not
it
going
was
to
a
go
great
that
game.
deep.
Was there a
Right.
tomato in it?
No, this is an Attack of the Killer
Was
Tomatoes
it
for
was it in a
NES.
cool
And
environment?
I'd ask for a half a point because I would have
It
guessed
was
Blades of
Snake
Steel
Golden
before
Run,
Mike
and I
if
said
I
yes
was
to
here.
No, you got us, Tyler. You win. You
All
got
right.
Yep,
us.
good job, Tyler.
I'm giving it
Okay.
that was a good one. I would have never guessed, and that is a. I mean, that was a popular game back in the day. So
At least Mike didn't get a point. I just didn't want to have.
that's what I'm happy
So
about.
now we're us on even field.
Actually, I think we should take
you're
away
doing
a
it
point.
right when you got haters.
We should take away a point from Mike.
Go right ahead.
You just
I'll
don't want to
still
be
beat you.
loved.
This was a good episode. Good
Yeah.
episode, guys. Thank you.
All
I love
right.
you guys.
Well, he's drinking.
Now he's drinking. Yeah.
love's out.
I love you guys.
So-
No, but I love you. Yeah, I get it, man.
All right, everybody, we're running out of bandwidth for the month, so we're gonna say thank you so much for joining us for episode number 34 of the Third Sign Gaming Podcast.
And fall
We'll be
asleep.
back. Yeah, if you didn't fall asleep, we'll be back next week with episode number 35, and hopefully return to our 1 hour to 1 hour 20-minute ways. And until then, have a good week, everybody. Stay safe and play some great games.
See you later, people.
See ya.